Welcome, Anime Lady fans. We're here about to start a new show called Episode 84. We're almost to that big number, Episode 100. Have we in the team know what the hell we're going to do for the Episode 100 in 16 so weeks? We have no clue yet, but we'll find out when we get closer. But we're going to have a fun episode. We have another special guest here, including with us here in the panelists with our lost homie. He's been like lost as the Avatar, the last airbender. But I will let my host of the show do the honors and take us there. But first, let's hear the intro before we start.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Anime Lady Podcast. I'm your host, Sam the Manga Man, and here with me are my brotakus. Introducing first, the devilishly handsome tiefling. He's a demon in the Black Clover community. He has a great love for Weekly Shonen Jump. The Hurricane Typhoon, Legendy Bash, the Nutter Butter Lover, the Engaged, wholesome booty juice guzzler, Miguel Our next Brotaku brethren is the CEO of the Careful Spoilers Podcast Network, the host of Careful Spoilers' new show, Villains. Founder of the No Anime No Life Facebook group, he is JB, exclusive, the incredibly talented James Barnes. Our next guest, who said fated meetings don't happen more than once. This is technically the 5th time we have him on the Anime Lately channel. He is the hero of New Earth, but not a different universe Earth, not God Punches Earth from last episode. On the quest to destroy the 7 hearts of the devil, he is the answer when the world is in time of need. He is the Blxxk man for Shade of Red, the creator of Gianna, Rey Apollo's waifu, Alice Fraiser. And now our last guest, but before I give him that full introduction, I'm going to tell you guys a quick opening sequence. Long ago, anime has existed for the fans who enjoyed watching them living together in semi-harmony. Then everything changed when the Gatekeeper attacked. Only a homie, a leader of the black anime community, can influence them. But when the anime community needs him most, he yells his intro.
What's good, y'all? It's Aaron, aka the Lost Homie, aka the Anime Anthology.
And although his leadership is great, he has the Brotakus to help him, and I believe we can shut the fuck up of all the anime gatekeepers in the world.
Oh yeah, that's great. That's great. That's nice. That's nice.
How do you feel? Like to hear that nice Avatar Last Airbender,
That's
little nice intro there.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't even think about it. Like I thought when I made up the Lost Homie, I was just like, you know what? Those words sound good together. I didn't even think about the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Last Airbender.
I'm about to put that part of the trademark. That's about to be part of the trademark now. Okay.
You're like, you know what? I'm gonna take that with me. I'm gonna take that in the bag. Just saying, I'm gonna credit you, but I'm gonna take that though.
I'm about to change my name on Twitter again. Just so everybody knows. I'll change it again.
He's the Lost Homie Bender.
The Lost Homie. I'm about to change it right now. You go
like that. But anyway, guys, how we all doing? How was everything? The day, everything?
It's a long week for me. It's my last week of class. I graduate technically in 24 hours, but for most people that is going to be watching this as a VOD, I would have already graduated. And if I get my phone call for tomorrow, I'll start working next Monday. So it's a lot of fun. Time was moving fast. So I'm very excited for this new opportunity, new venture of my career. That's what I've been aiming for. So I'm very excited for that. And like Sam mentioned in my intro, I did get engaged this past Saturday. So let's go, yeah. So I'm very happy about that.
Sorry,
I am.
Ladies, put a ring on it.
Yes, I am officially off the market. Like Sam says, so that's very funny as well.
That means you better stop what you're doing on Twitter, bro.
That won't stop. That is just likes and tweets. There's nothing else there going on there. But yo, what's up, baby girl? How you doing? Hey, what's up? What's up? I'll see you in 2 hours. Other than that, I'm good. You know, time flies by fast. Some random person, some random dude got clout for some random tweets he did. But we'll talk about that later. How's everyone else doing here?
I'm good. I'm good. I've been chilling. I've been liking where I live now. I moved out to Colorado, and it snows out here, but it don't snow like East Coast. And I'm from Jersey, so niggas over there they've been snowed in, snowed out. They've been stuck. But me, the snow comes one day, it's going the next day.
I hope it's not on Texas, man.
I was about to say that, like, at least in that Texas that be getting snow. No,
that is true. Texas been getting it too. So it's like Texas been getting. I know niggas in Texas and East Coast, all that, they be getting it. But me, not me. I hope y'all good down there, boys, but not on me.
You built different. That's why.
I'm built T different. I'm still not from Japan. That's mine now.
Yo, that's funny. He like, I'm built T different.
Built T different. But yeah, it's been a chill week for me. I'm getting ready for our mid-season episode this week, so I've been binge watching every anime I'm interested in this season so far this week. I've been finishing 3 a day, and I need to do about 2 more, and then I'll be recording our mid-season episode tomorrow for this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
this is a 100 anime challenge.
I do it by accident. I don't do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I'm built different, man. I be watching anime. It just happens. You know
Same here. I understand you. I just read manga. I watch anime. I'm built different. Like, I just do what I gotta do every year, and I add more to my plate. Come on,
now. You could say built D different.
That is true. Built D with the will of D here.
Exactly.
The will of D. Pause.
James or LSF? You did good?
Yeah, I mean, can't complain, dude. I've been really busy working on some clips and some graphics for villains.
Oh, yes.
For tomorrow, working on the show notes and stuff. Work has been busy, but tomorrow's going to be a super chill day. Like, I'm just in meetings all day, so I don't actually have to, like, talk to clients tomorrow. So that'll be a good, clean day. And then Saturday, I'll just be chilling. And then Sunday, we got manga reviews. But yeah, man. A lot of work this week, but I'm glad I'm here for another episode of Anime Lately. Let's do it.
LSF, thank you for joining us to help replace Ray for the day.
Is Ray not coming at all?
He should be coming.
Well, knowing him, he might not show up, or maybe he does at the last 5 minutes. You know, right now he's at work.
If Ray don't show up, tell him I'm gonna see him.
He is working though, like he's
like that,
really hard all day. Like he's been in meetings. Like he might still be in a meeting right now.
Yeah, because he did text us like literally when we were supposed to go live originally, and 9:30 CT, he got to a meeting at that time, so like he couldn't do nothing about it. So that's why we got a bit late and everything. So he's still stuck there, but that's why we make all these jokes. Since he's not here, I'm gonna take the opportunity to take those jabs at him, since he'll take those jabs at me. For not watching Hunter x Hunter and everything else. Like, what can I do?
But yeah, I just want to say, guys, thank you for having me on again. I've really been enjoying Villains. It is becoming a ritual now for me to watch it while I go about my day. Like, it's literally in my headphones, and I'm just going about my day, doing everything, cleaning, all that stuff. So yeah, I've been enjoying that.
Thanks,
just
bro.
in the UK, and seriously, thank you guys for making it.
We
honestly,
appreciate that
so much.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, no, seriously, if you guys continue doing what you're doing, and that show is just gonna skyrocket. I can tell. I have a knack for these things.
Thank you, because this is a passion project for us. So like, that's very kind words.
Well,
thanks for the kind words. The boss code. He's technically the boss code.
No, but honestly, I feel that's why I enjoy it so much. You can just tell it's all raw and authentic. And James, whenever you're on other podcasts and stuff, you seem so nice. But to see you come out your shell and actually like criticize things hard and go in, I love it. And especially your rant on the Suicide Squad. I love a Suicide Squad rant. It was amazing.
Thanks,
but yeah. Other than that, just loading chapter 5. Yes. Yeah. Other than that, just loading chapter 5, and then gonna continue doing what I got to do. We've got a big announcement coming next month. It's gonna kill me. We're going to dabble into something, but we'll see how it goes. So
hey, don't snitch yourself now, Liz. You know what I'm saying?
It's him. We know him. He loves to spoil stuff himself. So that's why he don't even handle his own account.
I'll encourage it.
No,
So I'll encourage it on our pod, but
For us, we do
I
encourage
actually
it because
we do exclusives, hey, guys. We do exclusive. You
Because-
watch last episodes.
I don't know if y'all people saw Pat and Yen last week. We was baiting
Yes.
Yen, like just talking the whole time. I'm
Yes.
like, yes, feed us more. What do you mean? Tell us more.
See-
And yo, Pat was
Well,
like,
well, we're probably like,
shut up. No. We're like, no, talk more. How's your day?
That's why I didn't want to ask that many questions, bro. Like all I do is analyze, and
Same,
I
Seth.
don't want them to give away.
That's the thing
spoilers
with
of the
James.
show.
You can't get nothing past James. Yeah. Now when I'm writing something in the manga, I always think, is James gonna notice this? Let me not make it too obvious. That he's in my head now. Like I can't like just make things obvious anymore.
and now like I'm part of the co-writer team, and I can't say nothing either.
Oh yes, and Sam is part of the co-writing team for Shade of Red. I forgot to say. Yes, and so is James. Well, James is more of an overseer. Sam is more co-writer. I've kind of been stealing anime lately, collecting them like Infinity Stones.
And me, I just joined like 2 weeks ago, but I still haven't done anything yet. But like, I'm just waiting to get my part.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Animated trailer coming soon. Spoiler alert. Fuck it, it's already been said.
no, you done tweeted that like 10 times. I'm waiting for it. All right, I didn't see you tweet that in a minute. I thought it was coming this month. And they said next month. They said next month. He said after that. What's this?
Technically,
Is this Cyberpunk? Is this Cyberpunk 2077 all over again?
technically, we're waiting on James' schedule to make the storyboard.
That's the thing. I'll
I'm
tweet
free
it at
Saturday,
like
bro.
dumb time, hoping that no one will see it. Like I hope that no one sees it when I tweet it.
Every time I'm always on Twitter, I always see it, man. I've been waiting.
Hey,
This the
but,
new
like,
This the new Cyberpunk, man.
At least he was right about we had to quote him, and he quoted correctly when he said the new chapter came out.
Yes,
That is true.
Yes, I was
That is
right
true.
on time for that.
Like,
Yes.
you did say that. You did say that right. I wasn't.
Hey,
not to,
we do
not
have.
to, like not to throw not to throw Pat
Yeah,
under
like,
the
you know,
bus, 'cause,
I was just about to say that,
it took him a
Sam.
while.
You know what? I'll throw them niggas under. I'll do it. All right, Pat deals on our pod. The plan was for chapter 3 to be out when we interviewed him on our pod. Yes, when we interviewed him on our pod, they were supposed to be out that time, right? And then they got him on. And Pat was like,
I'll tell you this one. The wait was worth it. That end panel with Percy, and he was like, "I guess I'll get some rest." I had music in my headphones while listening. I was like, "This is beautiful, honestly beautiful."
oh my gosh.
So yeah,
I need
worth it.
Pat to send me the next 20 chapters. I only got the chapter 10. He can send me the next 20. He had like
And yo, plus
100
Aaron,
right now.
Abe is saying, "Why are you yelling? How have I not been? How have he had not been episode?" But he's asking, "Why are you yelling?"
Man, I'm a loud person, man. If you ever, you know niggas from Jersey, we loud people, okay? We just loud. I try not to.
I don't know about
We just loud, bro.
Them New York people. I don't know about Jersey people, but New York people.
I'm from South Jersey. Don't bring up New York to me. Don't do that. Don't bring up New York. I'm from South Jersey.
I don't know about that.
I don't associate with them. Okay?
Oh, there's some parts in New York that we don't like to associate either, so we're good. We understand.
If you're talking about Staten Island and Long Island, sure, I guess.
I got a friend from Staten Island. I got a friend from Staten Island. I told her that some people from New York told me that she don't exist, and she said, "What?"
You see, that's true.
What you mean? What you mean? What you mean we don't exist? I was like, I don't know. That's what I was told. That's what I was told.
And with Abe, yes, you will be on the show first before Scuba Steve.
You been making catfish for real?
No, listen. We need to get this guy is a visionary. This Scuba Steve guy is a visionary. Yeah.
How,
bro?
Yeah.
Everyone was getting onto him for
our
this
D&D
socks
game
thing.
that's still
Everyone now is
show
wearing
just
socks
yet too.
in their bed because
We
it's
would like to
snowing
have
everywhere.
Prince here.
He was a
Our
pioneer.
Dungeon
Man.
Masters
He's got the
sure,
founding
on the
title.
podcast.
You knew it. You knew it before it
Hopefully we
happened.
can. Our social media manager, if he can have the time, we stay up late just so they can come.
Everyone's
on board.
looking at me like I said something wrong.
Yeah, there's still a lot of people that we want to come in to join us for the guests for.
I hear you. I heard you, LS.
Yeah, me too. But
Oh,
I was
yeah.
confused because Sam.
Yeah, Sam is talking. I'm like, what is Sam talking about?
I was zooming in for.
But yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's still Black History Month, and we're like
Oh, Sam, I
so
can't
glad
hear
to
you,
have.
bro.
Wait,
LSF
this
back.
Question, Sam.
Does Sam not hear us?
Sam, do you hear LSF?
I hear you.
Yeah, he can hear us, but I don't think we can hear him.
No, he can't hear you. He can't hear you. Why can we hear LS but Sam can't?
Yeah, because I was so confused. Like,
I
who?
don't know.
Like, why
Can
they
you
both
hear
talking at the
us?
same time?
He's looking at the same time.
But
That's
you
the
guys
embarrassing.
can hear us though. You can hear both of us though.
Yes, we hear both
Yes, we are both of you, but we. But
I can't hear Sam, and Sam can't hear me. So this is ridiculous.
each other, we can hear.
Sam
was going out here on a whole mission. That man had a whole speech plan, a dissertation. I was
right, like a whole
trying to be
conversation.
involved.
I mean,
Right?
I am
Like nobody was paying attention to him.
I thought he was going to drop some facts. I was interested.
I am a college man though. So.
But what was second, Sam? I need to reproach LS for trying to give Steve the founding Titan status. Don't do that. We do not. We do not praise Scuba Steve.
He's the
Listen.
technically Scuba Steve is like the Jaw Titan or technically the Tank Titan. I'll give him that.
I'll give him that. Yeah.
No,
Yeah, like
no, listen. Steve, I know you're in the chat.
He's the socks
Don't
man.
ever let them disrespect you again. You are a visionary, bro. Team Dragon Ball, bro.
no, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
but
man,
like
Steve's the homie. Can't have you guys talking about him like that.
he's the
Hey, yo,
homie.
Steve.
I know. Hey, but you know the Jaw Titan and the Tank Titan, they're useful. I'm just not saying that he's the founding Titan. I'll give Abe. I'll give Abe of his podcast with Scuba like the founding Titan.
Do you guys want to see how much of a visionary Scuba Steve is? Steve, this is for you, bro.
You got socks on.
Don't have socks on. Don't have socks.
You got socks on.
He got socks on. No.
This man got socks.
Okay, it's very cold here.
With the
It's cold here in
sliders,
New York,
you know
though.
how
We
it
have we
goes.
just had a
My guy
snowstorm and everything,
Scuba
so
Steve, come
I
on,
too
come
am
on.
wearing socks.
By the way, I still can't hear
It's cold
Sam,
here,
so I
man.
don't know if Sam's saying anything.
And my room's in
He's
the backyard.
talking. He's talking.
That's so weird. How could
That
you
is
not
weird.
hear him?
We hear each other, but we can hear him. But Steve has to redeem himself when we play Battletoads this weekend on stream. We're playing it tomorrow.
It's kind of hard that he's wearing a mask and I can't read his lips. So it's like,
So you don't know what he's
So
talking.
Sam and LSF just refresh your Titan. That's what we could do.
Okay, cool.
so I wanted to ask you, did you record?
Wait,
on some
refreshing
after
Zencaster might stop the recording, right?
No, well, on my end, no, because I've been recording, but
Cool.
I'm still recording on Streamlabs just in case it's a backup. So no worries.
refreshing then?
That is really hilarious.
So I just feel bad for Abe. So Abe is watching right here, so he knows what's gonna happen already. So he knows what he's gonna be into already. He's like, damn, I'm gonna have this much trouble to edit.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Great. I was afraid that I had to relive the episode where I go mute again.
LS, can you hear Sam?
Wait, I don't think it's back yet. Hey, LSF, you back?
I am back. Sam, can
Yes,
I
I
hear you?
hear you. I hear
Okay,
you.
great. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you now. as well.
Great, we hear this. Awesome,
Nice.
beautiful. Ray's like, what the fuck?
I didn't want to go mute in the episode again.
Don't be a bum, LSF. Don't push a sock agenda. And then LSF says visionary. No, I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna delete this comment saying visionary.
I'm gonna delete these comments. I'm gonna go ahead and act like it didn't exist. Doesn't rap it.
I like what comment is his visionary? I don't see no comment that says that.
I don't
But-
see no visions.
Yo,
I
so
didn't-
that's gatekeeping.
That's gatekeeping.
That's gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping the sock agenda.
Oh
He's
no.
gatekeeping the sock
I'm
agenda.
sorry for the sock agenda. I'm a
agenda.
gatekeep.
You're allowed to dislike it, but you're not allowed to gatekeep. That's
Gatekeep.
unfair.
All right, you put my
I'm wearing.
comment back.
The thing is, I'm wearing a sock. Look at this. I'm wearing a sock, but it's because
You wear one sock? That's even worse. That's even worse than wearing two socks. What? Oh, okay. I'm about to be the one sock man. Don't do that. Don't be a one sock man.
No, I got two socks. But the thing is, I have a sweat condition, so I wear socks for my feet. But when I go to my bed, I take them off, of course. Scuba likes to go to sleep. And then he posts that tweet saying that
Take it off. Yeah,
it's
I'm
good
not
for the
wearing that
blood
to sleep.
circulation and everything, keep warm. Like what?
I
No.
mean, that
It's
is a
fact.
scientific fact.
Yeah,
actually.
it is. But the thing is, he was trying to push his agenda by showing that fact. And I'm
You know, that's funny thing. See, you think you're saying something.
I mean,
Steve has done his job though. He's done his job because what we know we're doing.
We're talking about it. We're talking.
We just
about
talked about it for 10 minutes, like for 5 minutes. Like so Steve has done his job.
Have you noticed in every single anime medium now, this Scuba Steve legend has just weaved his way into conversation.
I mean, we talk about, but that might be the marketing genius. He might be the marketing genius.
But
We
what I
might
hope-
be overlooking something right here.
But what I hope is that with all
That's
this
what I'm
marketing
saying.
genius that he's doing, I hope he's at least getting followers, more listeners to his pod. That's what I hope he's doing. Like, if you're doing all this agenda saying X Arm is good,
I need sleeping socks outfits. I need a
have a marketing clothes. Yeah,
I need a Scuba Steve sleeping socks clothesline.
Yeah, like say like a shirt saying socks to sleep. Right
socks
there.
to sleep. I need it.
I think
right there. Hashtag socks to sleep.
For his summer rage, you can have socks on the beach as well. Socks on the beach.
No. Socks in the water and
let's
everything.
Let's go to the next conversation. This man says socks to the beach. Let's go to the next conversation. You went too far.
Yeah, I like that. No. Sorry.
Yeah. It says socks to the beach.
I didn't say
like
that.
Crocs.
Sand in your socks. Imagine having sand in your socks.
That's what. Scuba Steve said that when he goes to the beach,
I mean,
he wears.
Okay, so technology came in where there's waterproof.
Okay, going to the beach with
don't care
socks,
about
that's a
that.
bit much.
Wear Crocs. Just wear
I
Crocs.
can understand
That's
if it's
it.
waterproof socks.
Steve is wearing full cotton socks
that's
on
much.
the beach.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I can't get on board.
He said. Steve told me he goes through at least 80 pairs of socks a year, just for that reason.
80 pairs of socks.
I buy at least
Just
2
for that
packs
reason.
and just call it a day.
Gosh, this man is holy. This man is holy. This man has holy socks. Lord Jesus. Gosh, you take it to the altar. You need to take them socks to the altar, my friend. This man has his socks are anointed.
It's like for example, so I don't know if you guys have seen the show about the jobless reincarnation that's going on with the season. So our boy Rudy, he calls the pennies that he stole the holy relic. Scuba is Rudy, but Scuba actually has the socks as his holy relic.
He hides him under his bed to take him out to sleep in.
She like, praise the socks. Like praise the sun, but it's praise the socks.
All right, so talking about jobless reincarnation, I would talk about
I think
those.
he would be the only person I would know.
No, go ahead.
So I was gonna say Scuba Steve would probably be the only person we know that appreciates getting socks for Christmas.
You know what? Oh, as a kid, he probably did.
And like when we were kids, we
he didn't even want the Nike socks. He wanted them thick cotton Walmart socks. That's what he wanted. Them $5 12-pack socks.
Y'all still talking about feet? What the hell are y'all doing here?
Ray, what's good?
What's up?
What's up, Founding Titan? What's up, Founding Titan?
Listen, y'all stop giving Steve clout. Steve ain't do nothing to earn that clout. Stop giving it to him for free.
It like Evan said, it's called marketing genius.
He's done it. We're talking about it. I mean, it's worked.
Can't believe I sit there and listen to y'all talk about socks for 20 minutes.
We're trying to get that.
You call this a conversational park as we made it into it. Look what happens. We had a whole 20-minute episode last about pizza.
That's different. I can eat pizza. I ain't eating no damn socks.
But guess what?
We are
Ray, we built different.
Wait.
We're increasing
Hold
blood
on.
flow.
Going back to the pizza conversation, yeah, you Americans sat there, tarnished my name, telling me I'm eating beans on pizza, all of this bullshit, yeah. Sorry,
Bro, you eat beans on toast. I don't want to.
That's where the discussion ends. When you put baked beans on a piece of toast, the discussion is over.
How you gonna ruin a perfectly good piece of toast? I don't want to hear it.
Excuse me.
Y'all put bread and then put French fries and then a piece of bread and call that a sandwich. And they're calling it a chip buddy. A chip buddy. What?
Listen, I saw one of your American colleagues get
Listen, just because I'm American don't mean I know all these motherfuckers.
No,
right?
listen. She got some spaghetti, wrapped it in a burger, cooked it, and put nerds in it, bro.
Hey,
just because we saw it on Twitter. It was funny.
She had an accent. She might not be from here. She might be an immigrant. She got an accent.
Correct. She's Belgium or something. She's Belgium.
Yeah, she's not from here. She's not born here.
Also,
she was in an American kitchen, bro.
What that means?
Wait, how do you know
she brought her talents from wherever she came from to here, and she brought that here.
Did you just
she colonized that kitchen?
Did you give a kitchen a nationality?
I just did, bro.
How?
Bro. Because it was like American stuff that she was using, bro. Like it was American noodles and that.
Okay.
American noodles. Noodles.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
That's
Oh,
those are Italian noodles, technically,
Wait,
right?
we have American
All I'm
noodles?
saying.
Besides mac and cheese, we have American noodles?
We don't have American
Even
noodles.
that, even that's not American noodles.
Listen, ain't
That's
none of them
that's
from
that's
America.
they got Italian names. Ain't no American
She
noodles.
she wasn't doing that in Romania, bro, because they would have run her out, bro. She was doing that in America where that shit's allowed.
That's allowed in her household. That's allowed in her household. Don't let her bring that over here with the raisins and her potato salad. That's allowed in her household.
Nah, yeah.
listen,
Karen,
man,
That's not allowed in every household. That's in her household.
Never
Just like Aaron
slander.
says that there are some New York we don't associate Karen cooking for sure. We do not associate Karen.
She from Staten Island. It's not New Jersey. It's not New York. It's somewhere. It's somewhere in the water. Just there.
What made you guys think I'm sitting there eating beans on pizza, bro? That's not
I mean-
me, bro.
I mean-
I don't even like beans.
Look, I can't see
it
your
goes
face.
from
I don't
toast
know.
to pizza. I can see it. I can see the
I don't
elevation.
even like beans, bro. I don't even like beans. I can't even
You
lie
sure?
to you, bro. I'm gonna
Do you like
high five.
Do you like chip buddies? Do you like chip buddies?
I mean, if someone gave it to me, I'd be alright. But like,
It was like, it's like, oh shit, I had one before I got on the show. Oh no, oh no.
What's funny? I love beans. I don't know how to cook them yet fully. Like, I just don't know how to cook them yet. And I love
just
beans.
bake them, bro. You just
I
bake them, bro.
wanna learn how to cook them from scratch. Like, actually have them bag.
You want
Put the flavor.
Oh, that's bro.
Oh,
Bro.
yeah, you want to grow your own beans?
What? What do you mean by
Bro, your own
what?
beans.
Wait, what does from scratch mean? You can get a bag of like raw beans and
Yeah,
like,
just
know,
like
make it
just
that way.
put the beans
That's not
in
really
the pot.
from that's not really from scratch though. That's still like
But most people do it from the can already. Chosen
But
everything.
you never fresh can of
No
beans.
disrespect to the can, bro.
Yeah, you got a fresh can of beans. I got some black
Wait.
beans
I've
in the kitchen right now.
got a question. What in the
Aight.
hell was meatloaf?
It's meat.
It's
shaped
a
like
loaf and
What
a
the hell
whole.
you thinking?
Like it's self-explanatory.
You know what a loaf of bread is?
The
It's
casserole question made more sense. The casserole question, that one I understand. Y'all said it's a
Ground
meatloaf,
beef,
like it's
just baked in a loaf.
in a loaf. Like I'm confused.
What meat is it? Like what meat? Like
Ground
you-
beef,
like,
turkey. You can do ground meat. You can do ground turkey. You can do
No,
beef meat. You can do.
it's people. That's what you wanted to hear, right?
You want to know it's made of Soylent Green.
Southern green, southern green.
But why is that an American national dish? To be
Is it?
fair, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's
Not
a national dish,
It's not a
but
national dish.
Listen.
not national.
You know what? I apologize because I'm getting onto American food when one of our national dishes is literally called spotted dick.
Yes.
That's an
I
actual
heard of
dish.
that.
Yeah,
And-
black pudding.
And y'all eat black pudding. Don't think I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I had breakfast and they were like, "You want some black pudding?" I'm like, "What's that?" And they were like, "Oh yeah, it's pig's blood wrapped in like a sausage crack." No,
Yeah. It's pig's
no.
It's not even cooked.
You know what? Yeah,
It's not even cooked.
for
good.
Britain, for a country that's never gone through famine, we eat like we are going through famine constantly.
I mean, y'all eat like y'all like never learned how to eat.
Well, it's
Y'all
better
had
than
to
deep fried-
bring all the people there that knew how to cook.
Y'all invaded other countries for spices, but never took them home.
I take that back. They put all the people who knew how to cook in Australia. They sent them there.
Why are you guys acting like you're innocent in this?
Oh no,
Wait,
I am nothing but a victim. Trust me.
I may be light skinned, but my ancestors are darker than me, so that's what that matters.
I didn't ask to be here.
I ain't asked to be made. I ain't asked for none of this.
Now I gotta pay bills and shit.
I'd rather be back in West Africa. Well, I'm here.
I didn't ask for this.
I
Okay.
ain't asked for this. Talking about we
Neither did
Gotta
I.
build-
we brought the flavor. You know
and
that?
bills and climate change. I didn't ask for none of this.
I didn't ask for none. No.
None of it. By the way,
Fried
every
chicken?
world has
We
their
did that.
own version of
We
meatloaf.
did that. Collard greens? We did that.
So,
Let me see.
Nah,
Let me
so
see if
Aaron,
English-
I got a quick
English
question. What do you think about cheese on pancakes?
Oh no!
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
disgusting,
no.
bro. That's
Stop bringing that
disgusting.
up.
here we go.
Bro. Why are you? What is that?
Let me ask Aaron. He's our guest. Let me ask him, okay? Can
Why
I
are you
just ask
always
him?
trying to scare guests away with this question?
It's
That
just a question.
sounds like non-black activities.
It is very non-black activities.
It's a Spanish thing. It's a Spanish thing.
Gosh, how did you?
I'm not gonna shame your culture. I'm not gonna shame your culture. I'm just saying it sounds like non-black
But
activity.
I don't know if it's like in every single country type of thing. I don't know. Pero, I just want to say, I don't know if it's a Colombian thing either. All I know is that the few people I have
I just
treated
think it's you.
Do you
No.
put the syrup? Do you put the syrup
Yeah.
on top
on top of the cheese,
so
yes, I do.
Vash. I got a question. Do you walk into an IHOP, they give you some pancakes, and you're like, "Yeah, bro."
Let me get a slice of American. Let me get a slice of American.
Can I have that slice of Kraft cheese that you guys bagged in there?
Let me get two. You know what I want? I want the 2 for 2 for 2 with 2 slices of American instead of sausage. All right, that's what I want. I want 2 slices.
I have never heard of anyone putting cheese on pancakes till I met you.
Seriously,
like, never.
And you'll be the last person that I meet that does it too.
Well, I'm glad.
What that mean? What that mean? We're about to go on a hunt, kill everybody who puts cheese on pancakes.
I'm not saying I'm gatekeeping. I'm just making sure ain't nobody else coming to the gates.
Well, I'm glad.
How did you discover it? Did you just one day open up the thing? You're like, I ain't got.
Did your cheese accidentally fall on your pancake out of your sandwich?
I got cheese on my pancake.
I'm a big cheese fan. I like my cheese.
Jerky.
I like cheese and eggs too. Like, I'm a big cheese fan.
Okay, so was it so? Are you saying so? You had cheese and eggs one day, right? So I'm set scenario.
So
you were a kid.
I don't
you
know
had some
how
cheese
exactly
and eggs on the plate with some pancakes on the same plate, and you put the syrup on all of it. Right? You took a bite of a pancake, took a bite of eggs. Like, well, this might be good. Might be good, right? So then you slap the piece of Kraft singles on your pancake, and you just start mixing it together.
So at first it wasn't Kraft singles. At first it was mozzarella or monster cheese because
I'm actually a little mad you admitted it's Kraft singles, but continue.
So at first it was not Kraft singles, but later on in the years it was Kraft singles, a little South American, cheese, Kraft singles and everything. But
that ain't even real cheese.
It don't burn.
But that's why I said at first in the beginning it was mozzarella / monster cheese. But do I remember what age it happened? No, I remember it was around 8 to 10 years of age, and I just started to eat, American cheese.
Also, what you mean is that you were young and dumb. Gotcha.
Well, my brother also eats it. He's supposed to like to say that he influenced me. He's supposed to like to say that, but it's not. But he's
hold on.
Yeah,
he traumatized.
Did your mom not see you?
He has traumatized me, but he doesn't traumatized me about food. But he has traumatized me like in different ways, but not about food though.
So, Vash, your mom walked in, saw you doing this, and was like, "This is fine."
She also cooked it for me.
My son is well adjusted.
I think it was one of those things when she saw it, she was like, "Oh no, he's too far gone."
He's too far gone.
My mom cooks it to me, and but my girlfriend, my fiance cooks it for me as well.
Don't call a girlfriend now. Don't do that.
You know why? Because she's kind of like, well, I don't.
Well,
that's how he is.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
He evil. You know he did. He snuck the cheese in between her pancake layers, so she didn't know.
Okay, that sounds real weird for a minute, but
that's
like,
evil.
okay.
That's evil. That's
yeah,
evil.
like
he put a pancake, slapped the Kraft on it, then put the other pancake on top, and then put it so much syrup on. She couldn't see.
That's true.
Oh, actually, my mom does that. So, when she does make me pancakes like on Sunday mornings and everything, she does a little one pancake, slaps the cheese on it, another pancake, slaps the cheese on it, and then slaps another pancake on it. So I have a little 3-stack there.
She makes a triple decker cheese pancake sandwich.
Yeah, and sometimes
let me give you a scenario.
And sometimes I have eggs on the side or some bacon. So it's technically, if you think about it, it's like a McGriddle in a way. Technically, it's like a McGriddle.
Hold on.
No, it's not.
Let me give you.
Kinda, look. I got the bacon on the side. I got the eggs on the side. But I got the pancakes with the cheese in the middle. So technically, it's like a McGriddle, but like a separated McGriddle.
He likes it.
It's pancake day. It's pancake day. Everyone has the pancakes ready. There's no maple syrup, sadly. There's no Nutella. There's none of that. Are you telling the person to go into the fridge and see if they got any cheese?
It's not my household, so it's just not my household. So I'm about to.
He don't want to get judged. Go to somebody else.
Get judged. I get it.
But
you know it's weird.
But if I live,
he be eating the pancake with a stank face, like, what was that cheese on this?
If I go,
no cheese on these pancakes.
If I go over James' crib or Ray's crib, if I go over the crib and like I know them and everything, like then who I am. I'm a damn act like, yo, y'all got like a monster, y'all got like a little slice of cheese.
Waffles. We ain't having them just because. Yep.
Ray's not giving you the cheese, bro. He's not going to associate.
I'm not going to do it. There will be no Kraft cheese in this house.
Yeah, so, I might forget to pick up cheese that week.
Oh, you do? So in case when I do meet him, like me, James, and Ray that week, you know,
Good thing
we do
I'm
plan to
lactose
try to meet this
intolerant.
week
I
and
don't eat the
everything.
cheese, so you're good.
Sorry, we
So am
we
I,
do
but I
plan
like
to
that
meet
cheese,
this
bro.
year and everything. So just in case it happened to not buy the cheese before I go to the crib, I'm gonna go past the supermarket like a Walmart or Target nearby the crib, and I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna buy like a slice of Monster cheese or something, or a slice of regular. Like, no worries.
He
Yo, no
brings his
worries.
own cheese to the sleepover. This man got cheese in his pants. He got cheese.
I have to tell you right now, you have to be you have to submit to a pat down before you walk into this house. So because
Bro, you
some
reminded
cheese,
me of
you ain't
Steve
getting into the
Urkel
club.
right there. Bro, you reminded me of Steve
We ain't gonna
Urkel,
let
like,
you in.
ooh, jeez, I got him on to it. I have to bring everywhere I go.
That's ridiculous, man. I can't lie.
Cheese in his pants. Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't put it past him either. Look at him. Look at him.
I
was that?
would do
What-
it. I would do just to mess around with James and Ray. I would do it just to grab,
No,
go
you
to
would do
Walmart,
it. You
Target.
would do it dead ass. You'd be like, but I gotta have the cheese.
Like, I got it, and I got my
Yo,
own syrup.
wait. What was that? What was that? What was that show? What was the show where no, what was it? The video where the guy has spaghetti in his pocket and then falls out. He's like, my spaghetti. Like, what was it? That's what he with his cheese. His single spawn out his pocket. My cheese.
My cheese.
I was,
My
thinking
cheese on my
Napoleon, I was thinking Napoleon Dynamite. He was hiding.
All right, so look, so chat says our worthy champion. He's a fan of us, and he also checks out my hero reviews. He said he doesn't eat cheese with pancakes yet, but I'm about to try that though. So
Oh no!
You
Who said
pique
that?
his curiosity.
Wait.
Who said that?
You just corrupted a man's life.
You can never watch our videos again.
No, unless Vash is paying you, just like he paid Ray to do that same in my videos.
I didn't ask for enough money.
Well, look what happened. You asked for $500 for a Tifa cosplay, and look what happened.
Yeah, look real good. And I made a lot more money. Right.
That's true.
That's what you did. So those $100 were worth it, but at
I'm
the
back to
same
the
time, but it was fun at the same time.
Yeah, we hear you.
But at the same time, I'm kind of your editor, so at the same time, you're paying that back to me as well. So
That's
it's like,
true. I'm giving it right back to you.
so it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Ah.
Oh, gosh.
This is a racket.
Vash,
That's
what
this
else
is.
do you eat? I'm looking into your dietary right now. What else do you eat? What else is weird? What do you have on popcorn?
If
Popcorn,
you say
man.
cheese, I'm gonna slap you.
No, please don't say it.
I eat with popcorn. I use those little chocolate balls.
Sorry.
I think it's crunch. I think it's crunch. You know, that has those little chocolate balls on it, so you can just sprinkle on it.
Actually, no, I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna put you on the game real quick. We talking about popcorn. All right? I learned this one day when I was a kid. I remember this. It was a church camp. We went to see a movie together. We had a big bucket of popcorn, and the dude next to me, we were sharing. We split the bill. We were sharing and shit before COVID and all that. And I reached my hand in, and I pulled out a Skittle inside the popcorn with some butter on it.
That's not bad.
And I snapped that. That shit was delicious. It was amazing. I do it all the time. I can't get out of my head. Just the warm butter, just with the soft.
So I'm gonna
It's
turn
that
you
sweet
on
and salty. It's
I'm
that
gonna turn you on to something like that's the next level that you're gonna love. All right?
Mhm.
So yeah, you like the Skittles in the popcorn, the butter, the hot popcorn. I need you to get the hot tamales, the hot Mike and Ike's, and put
Okay.
that in your popcorn instead. And let me tell you that the sweet, the salty, the cinnamon, and the heat is gonna change your life. Okay.
I do love me some Mike and Ike's.
So let me tell you, that's gonna be good. I stand by it.
I think you mentioned that on like one of like the
I have.
earliest episodes we've ever done.
It's been a long time.
I feel like you have, because I feel like you have like said
I
it
know
on like
he has.
episode 30 or something. Like, I feel like he mentioned like many episodes.
It's
also.
delicious. I learned about that in college, because I was poor and it was great.
Is it like a fireball popcorn flavor kind of?
Oh, I hate Fireball liquor. Oh, that's
I'm
the
not
one.
really
No,
a
don't
huge
nobody.
fan of
We
the
ain't talk about the
Fireball.
liquor. No.
Fireball liquor is for degenerates. If you drink
Yeah.
Fireball, you have an issue.
No,
You
the
need
candy
to go
though,
to an asylum.
delicious.
Yes.
God,
Mike and Ike's is it. Is it?
whose man is this that said cheddar waffles do slap? Get out my chat.
He said cheddar waffles.
Get out my chat.
Do you sprinkle it on, or do you get a slice?
Get out of my chat.
Vash, is this one of your dummy accounts or something?
Yeah,
That's
That's Nathan.
Burner account.
I was about to say Nathan is one of our fans. They do check out podcasts all the time. Come on, guys, be nice to Nathan. He's here a lot.
Nathan, we can talk about my hero and Black Clover whenever you want. We can talk about this.
But I do.
That's just something I would enjoy, but we don't want to gatekeep here.
Yeah, I don't want to gatekeep.
I do put cheese on waffles too. Just
I'm
saying.
just gonna start giving hands instead.
Wait.
I don't.
Keep that shit to yourself.
I don't put
Melted
cheese on
cheese is
French
different,
toast.
though.
I don't put cheese on French toast. That's the only one I don't do. But I do put cheese on
So,
waffles.
so you don't put cheese on the one that's actually made from bread.
Wait, I was like, wait, you
that one I was not
wait.
understand.
Now I'm just
that
thinking
one.
like, wait,
Like-
so you don't eat grilled cheese or something like that, or something?
But, like that one, I could like. I would still vehemently disagree with it, but I would kind of understand because it's still bread. But all the ones that aren't bread, put cheese on. I'm seeing there's an issue. There's a problem.
Oh, so mixing the cheddar with the batter and then making the waffle out of it.
That's
Okay.
different.
That's
Oh, yeah,
different.
that is
That's different.
different.
That's
That
different.
is
Like,
way
so if
different.
Vash was like,
Hold
"Yeah,
on,
I'm
hold on,
putting
hold on.
shredded cheese in my pancake batter," there's a difference. But you're
Vash,
just putting a whole ass crab single on top.
What's your go-to for your toast spreading? What do you put on toast? I need to know.
I've been using vegan butter.
Oh, me or who?
Vash.
Yeah. Vash, what do you put on toast? What?
So
Can't believe it's not butter; it's some jelly, bro.
So for toast, my girl, my fiance got me into a couple months ago that she does toast with peanut butter and like a banana on it. So good.
Yeah, that's
It,
normal.
you had me in the first half.
That's the
Okay,
Elvis.
all
The
right,
banana,
all right.
the banana
So-
I ain't with. I don't like
So
banana.
so I never had that. Like
Peanut butter
but-
banana sandwich, yeah.
yeah, I never had that because I never have like peanut butter and jelly. I can't get into it. I don't like jelly. I cannot get into that.
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't fuck with jelly.
Bugger,
But
bugger.
usually
I
what
can't
I
get into
do.
peanut butter.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not a peanut butter guy.
Oh
I-
no, that's like my fucking thing. I love peanut butter.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
peanut butter. It's
So,
amazing.
so you don't
so
like
good.
Reese's peanut butter cups and stuff like that, James?
Nah.
Really?
Man, but those are the shit, though.
That's okay. I'm not gonna
Nah, not
gatekeep
even-
candy
We won't
from
gatekeep
James.
there.
won't
We would not gatekeep in here. We
I
don't-
would
it's okay,
love.
you don't
I would love to be the person where it's Halloween that gives James a Snickers. I just want to see his face.
Wow.
Oh, I
why would you
love
do that?
Snickers. My three favorite
Someone-
candies: there's
Well,
chocolate,
what's wrong with Snickers?
it's
though?
Kit Kat, Snickers, and plus M&Ms. Those are my three favorites.
I would
James,
do
James,
Kit
when's
Kat.
your birthday? I'm gonna send you a nice big basket of peanut butter things. People are
And he,
all-
can, and he can send it right to me. Thank you, James.
Or no, send it to me because I love those Snickers. Because I'm not me when
I'll
I'm
send you
hungry.
I'll send you those Take Fives, the chocolate caramel pretzel peanut butter.
Yeah, I like those.
candy bar
Those,
thing.
those
Yeah,
are
those are
good.
good.
Yeah.
Those are good.
I like Kit Kats, Milky Way, Twix, Skittles. Give me all that shit.
Skittles, it depends on my mood. Like, I could have a couple, but I can't have the whole bag of Skittles. I can't do the whole bag of Skittles.
Well, I'll
You know-
kill the whole thing for
you
sure.
know,
Oh yeah,
my
I'll
problem is-
kill like one of them like shareable bags. Like that's not
my-
good.
First of all, they're not for sharing. But
exactly. You'd be like, I don't know what you're having, but I think that's the shit.
well, you want to know something really? I'm a fiend, so I'm actually allergic. I can't really eat like pure chocolate candy. Like no
Oh, shit.
I'm allergic, so I don't really eat that. So, but somebody told me this that it's weird. I'm really into sour candy. I love all sour candy.
I also enjoy sour candy. Like
You know-
My fiance does too.
You know
She
what I was
loves those
snapping
sour
on?
strings. The sour
Sour
strings,
Patch?
she loves those.
No, you gotta get the 2.5 pound of Sour Patch Kids bag.
Yep, he know.
Yeah, you know.
I will fuck that up.
I love
What
that.
flavor? What flavor of Sour Patch?
All of them.
It's the
I'll
watermelon.
be honest. The blue flavor's fire.
Oh, the
The
blue
blue one
flavor.
is the best.
flavors.
Blue
Followed by,
raspberry.
followed by the red one.
Blue
I mean,
raspberry
yes.
always slaps for anything. Blue raspberry slaps. Jolly Rancher blueberry.
See, I'm gonna
My
buy
favorite.
some of them tomorrow.
Do you know what? Do you know what I've recently started to get into because I've been trying to eat healthier? Dark chocolate.
Celery. Oh,
Yeah,
dark
I feel
chocolate's
like-
lit.
Dark chocolate? It's hard.
Dark
You
chocolate's
get
dope.
used to it, though. Is it, if you're okay with bitter chocolate, you're
Yeah.
I mean, you got to
you're-
get the
it's
right
much-
kind. 'Cause, I
Yeah.
mean, if you're getting like 100% cacao, yeah, that's you eating dirt.
Yeah. Anything above 90% is the
Uh,
healthier version of the chocolate.
But it don't
actually.
taste good. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's hard
but
to
no,
eat, yeah. But
Just get dark chocolate's lit. I love it.
I cannot get into
Okay,
dark
alright,
chocolate.
cool.
I cannot get into dark chocolate. My favorite: white
I'll tell you
chocolate,
when you're
milk chocolate, and dark chocolate.
Did you say white chocolate?
White chocolate over.
Why'd you bring up Eminem? Come on now.
You know white chocolate is not real chocolate, right?
I know it's not, but I still like it.
Fake ass chocolate.
I know, but I like it.
That's the same blue cheese isn't real cheese.
It's
Like-
mold.
It's like my favorite. It's like my favorite hot chocolate is technically white hot chocolate is my favorite.
Get out!
Yeah,
No!
I'm sorry. My favorite is white hot chocolate from Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks. It's a banger. It slaps all day.
Ray, stop gatekeeping, okay?
I'm not gatekeeping. I'm hating now. I'm hating. This is
White
pure
hot chocolate is
hate.
amazing. From Dunkin' Donuts, that's just so good. And I've been drinking it mad fast.
God.
Like,
The haters player club right here.
like my fiance.
We should have podcast.
If I'm correct,
Players ball.
if I'm correct, she got me into this Starbucks drink of caramel frappe, and you put 2 pumps of white chocolate mocha. It's so freaking good.
Okay.
I want to
You should try it.
now, boy.
No.
I've been in the mood for Starbucks for a week. I haven't had coffee in a week, and I've been craving it.
I make a pot of coffee every morning. Well, I don't. My wife does. I made it this morning. Though. It's lit. I need it.
I'll try coffee one day.
See, I got this mug.
I'm
that keeps
never
my mouth
gonna
hot.
try
It's
it.
lit.
I'm never gonna try
Yeah.
it.
I love coffee. Coffee's
James,
great.
James, you never had coffee.
I just wake up. I wake up and I'm alive. I'm like, that's all I need.
I wake and bake, bro.
I wake up and
I
I'm
wake and
alive.
bake and I'm up for the day.
That's you. That's
James,
you.
to be
And with my
fair-
girl, I can't do that.
James, to be fair, you need to be careful with coffee because one time I never had coffee until I was 17, right? So I never thought I needed.
I mean, I didn't have
But
coffee
one
until
time I
I
was
was
working at
college.
this place and
I didn't have coffee until
exactly.
I was a kid. Actually, I had coffee.
Yeah.
I started coffee when I was a kid. Actually,
I had coffee since I was 10.
bro. But the thing is, though, coffee tastes nice. Like when you get older, the older you get, the better coffee tastes. And I was working at a place that had a free coffee machine, and they said, "Yeah, go at it whenever you want." And I kept on having coffees and coffees and coffees. I get home at 4 p.m.
there is
Bro,
such thing as coffee
listen, yeah.
addiction. It could get
Yes,
very
my
addicting.
my heart was going into overdrive. I thought I was gonna have a heart attack. I was
Cells that work
scared.
cold black. That was your body at that time. All right.
Yeah, yeah,
Literally.
Your blood cells was
my heart
they hated you.
Bro, I was
Yo,
shaking. I couldn't sit
I'm
down. I
pretty
was
sure in
like,
our
oh my
adulthood, all our cells hate us. Drinking,
Bro,
smoking, whatever.
I didn't-
stuff
I
like
didn't-
that, so.
Watching cold black.
48 hours.
Look, bro,
I
I'm
didn't
here
sleep
for
for
a
48 hours.
good time, not a long time.
Watching cells that work cold black. You know, like you watch like what was the other one? The Osmosis Jones. Or like,
Oh, shit.
Yes.
and you from like biology class that you're not supposed to do bad things
drugs?
to your body, right? But then you got cells that work cold black, and that personifies your bodily functions. And I'm just like, wow, I'm really an asshole to my body. Like my red blood cells, they out there trying to live their life.
It's true, but then again, like
I take one shot of Jack
and
and
stuff.
I take
Life
one
is
shot of
harder,
Jack.
though.
Just one.
Because technically they're doing a whole adult man working, pressure, stress, all that stuff hits you, and that's like
It's their
all-
job.
yeah.
It's their job to help us live. Is what they gotta do. They can't complain. They
What
gotta
you mean
help us
it's their job?
survive.
We all in this together, bro. We
Y'all
in the same,
That's
we
the whole
the same
body.
thing.
It's like a whole. Y'all the same organism.
Yo,
we
no
all-
lie.
all same person.
I
That man had
wonder,
mouth ulcers. That's an issue.
to add about that, I wonder how my knees be feeling because in class it's
You
like
should
10
do it on
hours.
your knees, bro.
You know, it's just in class for 10 hours. I'm just sitting in the
Oh.
chair for 10 hours on
Oh,
Zoom.
oh, okay.
So it's
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's
so-
why.
it's
Yeah,
like when
that's
I get up, it's like my knees be like, I can't.
Yeah, that's it.
I'd be
That's
so
why I'm
stiff.
looking
It's like,
into a standing desk. Like, so
that's
I can
what I
stand
want.
up at some point during the day and just.
I
stand
need
up
to
for a
stand in this
couple
because
hours.
I can't just sit down the whole day. Like, I just want to just be like this, like, yeah, so podcast, guys. So, yes, how's your day? And just talk like this throughout the whole
I'll be in the middle of work and I'll just get
Yep.
up and leave. I'll just get up and start walking around. I'll just get up.
So
That's
yeah,
why
I'll be in the middle of a meeting, just take off the headset, just walk away.
That's why I got a wireless headset now, so I can literally just get the fuck up and walk away from my computer and listen to what they say. I just get up and leave. Yep.
It's time to get up.
my brother does the same thing actually.
I really need to get some blue. Well, I
But
think I
like,
have
don't
a
have that
Bluetooth.
camera like you're that secretary from Powerpuff Girls though. Just cut
No,
off
I,
your face and
I,
see your
I
body.
still just get up and walk away. Camera's still on. I just leave. They're like, right? And I'm like, I'll be back.
You can still hear me, right? That's all that matters.
I can still hear you. That's fine. You know, so I just
And
leave.
plus, I hear you, so you good. Yeah, you didn't see me. I need to hear you. I'm good.
It works every time too. It's like, no, I'll be back.
This has been like the
Alright, so
longest
here's the
intro
question.
discussion I've ever been in. This is hilarious.
Oh
yeah,
no,
yeah. I was gonna change. I was
we've
gonna
had
change up
longer
the
intro
combo.
discussions. Don't worry.
I was gonna change up the combo. Are we allowed to talk about Boruto?
No, not yet.
No,
I'm mad.
I
I'm mad about
I
the
would never
spoiler. Yeah,
the
whole spoiler
spoilers
was on the
going
time.
out.
Yo, Shaka,
Yeah.
I
haven't seen
understand.
it.
I
I
understand.
was lucky
I
for
saw
me.
the
I was
spoiler.
doing my job today. Haven't seen anything.
Kishimoto loves murder. I thought we knew this. I thought we already knew this. Kishimoto
I
loves
mean,
murder.
I have an idea what it might be because I predicted this like months ago, but still.
Yeah.
Kishimoto likes badly written women characters and murder. I thought that was all.
Hey,
he
yo,
fixed
but
the
And,
this
uh,
whole
and
timeline
hates-
did
and
not
hates
give
shonen
no
parents. And hates
fucks
shonen
about
MC
spoilers,
parents,
though.
so-
This whole timeline, everyone was putting it out there for nowhere. Everyone, I'm like, yo, can I get a breather? And boom, right there, my phone. I feel like, okay.
Bash,
So I just didn't care no more. I just check.
You be following the wrong people.
Yeah, you followed the wrong one.
It's your
Yeah,
own
but the
damn
same-
fault.
listen. All I will say is, yeah, I was so angry that when I read it, I got ramen just to celebrate, like just to in memory, innit? I was that sad.
I just gotta say-
It's basically a spoiler.
I'm not just say rest in peace. That's all I'm gonna say. Rest in peace.
He
I'm not gonna
killed
say-
the ramen dude.
He killed the cabbage guy.
He killed the
He
Ichiraki
killed the
ramen
ramen
dude.
guy.
He killed
Damn,
that.
Killed the ramen guy.
No, Dad,
Damn,
no.
Kishimoto. That's rude, bro.
Random murder. Random
No, but
murder.
like,
Like,
He was,
like the
he was a
ramen-
great
Random
father.
genocide.
He was a great father to Naruto. He fed him. didn't
Let's
have
just
to pay
say
him
that
and stuff like
it's a
that.
father figure. Let's just not say who, but it's a father figure. That's all I'm gonna say.
Ain't no real fathers in Naruto, so who knows?
That's really true. That's
Got him.
I just said that. Kishimoto hate MC parents.
Bro, I just can't believe that he had he was back for like a month and he's just pulled this out of his ass. It's ridiculous. I can't believe
I
it.
don't
2
think he
months.
pulled it out of his ass. This was
No.
planned. It was the
This
writing
was
was on the wall.
premeditated. This is
Yeah,
a
this is a
premeditated.
premeditated murder. Absolutely.
He saw the manga and he was like, you know what? People are having too much fun.
Y'all like this too much. I'm about to fuck
people
y'all
are
up.
people are boring. Something's too
So
much.
guys, so
you
Kishimoto,
guys-
kid.
But no lie.
He sent you the text message and said, "I look in my bag." He opened the bag and it's a Glock.
But no lie. I am excited
Hi,
for
kids.
Super.
Do you like
If
violence? Do you
I
like-
hope Ray and James is free this Saturday because Super. I saw the leaks for Super because I don't really care
Stop
about that.
talking about the leaks.
I don't do reactions for the monthly chapter, so I don't give a fuck about the leaks this time.
I do.
And I'm not spoiling it. So all I'm gonna say is that if we do the review coverage for the double, I'm excited because it's great. I'm actually happy for more Super in the Road to this time. Until we actually read the chapter and get to full context, of course. But I'm excited for Super though.
Okay, sure.
Nah. You see, for Neverworld has been pushing Boruto so much that I just thought, let me read it, and I'm upset that I did.
Wait, so you read it? Wait, he pushes it, but when me and Ray and Sam been doing reviews since chapter like 40 or 30.
I
Don't
listen-
nobody
I
listen
listen-
to me, bro.
I listen-
Don't nobody listen to me.
Listen. Vash, I hold your opinion highly, but for Neverworld, I've been watching since I was like 8 years old. No, not 8 years
That's
old, like
understandable.
13 years old. Sorry.
That's understandable then.
I guess.
He's been in the game for a long time, but still, like we like to at least
But then, like,
appreciate the
but then,
All
like,
I'm saying-
commentators,
all I'm
scanlation
saying
and
is-
stuff.
I don't miss, and I know, so it's
Yeah.
all right.
We push Kaiju no Bray. We pushed a good series out here. We did try to push Samurai 8, but sadly that got axed. We can't do anything about that.
This is Kishimoto's
Right.
revenge, basically, onto.
Oh no!
Oh,
Wait,
Kishimoto
wait,
Bray.
yo.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say, wait until you see a chapter. You're gonna see a Samurai 8 reference there. He definitely has revenge. That's all I'm gonna say.
He said, "Oh, you gonna cancel this show? You gonna cancel my other shonen? Okay,
I'm
cool.
gonna
We gonna-
cancel your heart.
Everything getting canceled. Everything getting canceled out here. Okay, no one gets to be happy if I'm not happy."
He's literally doing the Horikoshi. Remember when everyone was slandering Horikoshi? He's like,
Yep,
you know what?
I remember.
Screw
Yeah.
it. Here we go. Fine, you guys asked for it. He's literally
And y'all
doing the
mad.
Horikoshi,
It's
and I love
hilarious.
it.
Yo, but I just gotta say, yeah, for those people that like Samurai 8, y'all gonna like this chapter because there's a reference for it. So honestly, I'm not gonna say any spoilers for it, but y'all gonna like
You
this
keep
chapter.
almost saying it, so shut your mouth.
I'm not. I'm just saying y'all gonna like this chapter. That is all.
That's why I'm not so worried if LSF do some spoilers on Shades of Red, because I know that should spoil something else and then
No.
keep the whole
No.
distraction away from us.
No.
No. Hey, just because I'm behind the scenes now and I know some information does not mean I'm actually to say stuff. I know, what's it called? DA, disclosure non-agreement.
An NDA?
Yeah, NDA.
NDA.
Yeah, I talked about those a lot today. Don't remind me.
Yeah, I need
Ray,
to start,
just like you,
Uh,
I spoke up about this a lot today. This was my last part of class. It was literally talking about the whole.
I don't even want to talk
Yeah,
about
that.
it.
So,
Long
because
fucking day.
I need to
because
start
that's the
doing
production next week for
non-disclosure.
a job
Yes,
that
you
I cannot
do.
talk about.
You need to get an NDA written
I
up.
need to start. I need to
For
because
yourself.
I asked some guy to join
For yourself.
for myself as well. Yeah,
don't
I literally asked some guy. I asked some guy the other day, "Would you like to join the team?" And he
shit.
was like, "Well, how do you know? How do you know I won't spoil everything?" And I was like, "Well, how? Well, I guess I won't. I'll just have
I
to
trust
do
you.
it." That is
I
ridiculous.
trust you. You know what I'm saying, bro? I trust.
Oh shit,
Yo,
you're right.
That is-
yo,
that is-
yo, LSF,
you
you
should
should
Next thing you know, you see all the leaks. You see all the leaks on some undisclosed shaded some.
you should
undisclosed
get
Twitter
an
account.
NDA. You should get an NDA
That
because
son of a bitch.
I have to sign one
I
for
told them
every
all-
job
I
I
told-
do for production. I tell the guys, I tell James, Sam, and Ray like who I'm gonna work with. I just cannot tell publicly who I'm gonna work with next week.
Stop telling people.
Right? See, this is that's
Well,
God damn it.
nobody.
You know what? A great way when you don't need NDA. You know what I mean? Is when you have no clue what's gonna happen. And you just kind of go on the fly. That's my life. You know.
Oh
It's like
my
what's gonna happen next week? Who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen next week?
Literally,
That's the whole reason why we only live
Literally.
once.
Well,
The market-
who's gonna be on the pod next week? I don't know. You make the YouTube video next week? I don't
the
know.
marketing
that's a good
team
question.
doesn't tell me what post they're gonna make just in case I post it beforehand. They don't want me to do anything.
Yeah, that's
They just
happened a few
say,
times.
Listen,
Yeah.
you
I'm always
do-
paying.
yeah, it has. Everyone here. Yeah, it happens. It happens.
I wonder if
I didn't see
Kubo
those
will do the
tweets that you
same
put out
thing.
and then deleted immediately.
I'm wondering if
Hey, listen,
Kubo will
don't.
do
Hey,
the
listen,
same thing like
listen.
Kishimoto.
That was meant for your eyes only. It was gone quick.
You could have
Oh,
just put that in my DM, bro.
I could have.
Yeah.
I could have.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
You could have
Yeah,
shot.
just
You
slide
could have
in
shot
the
that
DM.
shot. You could have just.
Yeah, just slide in that DM.
Hey, I'm always in Ray's DMs anyway. I'm always in Ray's
That's
DMs.
true.
It's fine.
I'm
That's fine.
sliding in DMs.
It's all good. I mean, I mean, what do y'all want to talk about tonight? I know there was a very specific topic that y'all wanted to broach because it's important, and I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
It's very true.
I think we should hit it.
Yeah, just hit it.
Okay.
Sam, go bring it up,
great.
man.
All right, guys. So I'm not gonna name names because we're not giving him any more recognition
No,
and
Go
stuff,
for
and
it,
stuff
yeah,
like
huh?
that. No, nothing like that bullshit. Because like this kind of behavior and toxic community has been around, not just in anime, manga, but literally the entire of anything on social media, of whatever, like culture, whatever, magazine, comic book, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. And this one person decides to have his own opinion and say that gatekeeping is necessary because people like these specific animes, because it's and you can't be considered an anime fan just because you've only watched these animes. And we have some very questionable, very highly critical way we want to talk, and we're not gonna do it insult. We're not insulting. We're not gonna be throwing any racial slur. No, nothing like that. Because we are respectable. We are kind people. We are intelligent people that can actually give great conversation and great reasoning of why this person is wrong. So let's just start right here. So gatekeeping is when someone takes it upon themselves to decide who does and who does not have access or rights to a community or identity.
I have to make one comment on this guy's tweet, and I forgot. I was talking to somebody else in the pod. I was talking to Fabian. We were discussing something, and I thought it was funny because the anime he named, right? Some of them, yeah, surface, but he said that these three, Fate, Gundam, and Inuyasha, and I was like, if anybody is up to date on Gundam, you're probably more of an anime fan than I am. I'm just being honest. I mean, Gundam, like every Gundam has about 100 episodes, and I was like, the ones he named, I'm like, if you've watched all of those, you have watched 2,000 plus episodes of anime.
I haven't even watched Gundam.
There's like 15 Gundams. There's at least 10 different Fates, and if you watch, Inuyasha is not required to watch. And that's I'm not talking about Gundam movies or Fate movies. And I'm saying Inuyasha is not something that people bring up most of the time. If you've watched Inuyasha, that's a deep cut to me. I'm sorry. Like we go back to the 90s. No, the first thing you think of is not Inuyasha. It's Dragon Ball, Bebop. It's
Trigun, it's
Sailor
Ghost in the
Moon.
Shell, Sailor Moon. You're not gonna think of, oh yeah, you watch it. Like no one's thinking of that first. So he brought up like some deep cuts. I'm like, that is literally 2,000 plus episodes of anime. You are a fan. I'm confused. Like that is, it was like it's such like a. Whenever somebody try to have these gatekeeping arguments and they're not specific or they don't have a good reasoning behind what they're saying, it comes off as like incredibly stupid because it makes no sense. Because it's like you're saying, oh, so you've only watched all the Fates. You've seen Stay Night. You've seen Unlimited Budget Works. You've seen all those. You've seen all those, right? But you're not a fan, okay? I haven't seen them, but you're not a fan. I'm just like, what? I tweeted this. I said, gatekeeping anime is like gatekeeping like cop shows on television. That's like somebody come up to you and being like, oh, you think you're a CSI fan? Have you seen CSI Miami? Have you? No.
Law and Order.
Have you seen Criminal Minds? You're not a cop fan. You're not a cop show fan. You're not a cop show. So you're telling me you've only seen CSI Los Angeles and NCIS? Yeah, you're not a cop fan. Not a cop
Hawaii
fan.
Hawaii 5-0 and everything.
Hawaii 5-0. That's it. And you're a fan? And you call yourself a fan? No. I can't believe it. Like it's like such a dumb statement to make, trying to say that somebody's not a fan when they watch the shows. Like it doesn't make sense. My opinion.
Yeah, like I'll second that. Just to echo everything that you just said, like if someone invested all of their time into all of the different Gundam series, like they're a fan. If they've watched any amount of series, they're a fan. Why would you care about gatekeeping anime? Like as long as these people are speaking positively of anime and trying to get it out there so that even more studios like Netflix and all of these other places would put more money into producing new anime so that everyone can enjoy it. Why do you care if someone's favorite anime are Demon Slayer, Dragon Ball, and Sailor Moon? Why do you care? That's the anime that they like. Why do you care? Why is it such a big deal? If that's what you like, that's what you like. You know what I mean? Like my favorite anime genre is the isekai genre, right? There's some that I love that some people don't like. It is what it is. It doesn't make me not an anime fan. It doesn't make you not an anime fan. That's just what I like. So I don't get what the big deal is if that's what you like. There's hundreds of episodes of Dragon Ball. If you invested your life into hundreds of episodes of Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, even GT, even though we don't acknowledge that exists, and Super, you're an anime fan. What are you talking about? It's so ignorant to see comments like this. It pisses me off. And I saw the tweet, I read it, and then I ignored it. And then I go back on Twitter in the afternoon, and it's trending. Everyone's talking about it. Roger's talking about it. And then this guy goes after Black Girls Anime. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? You're going after Black Girls Anime because she wants diversity in anime. And that's gatekeeping? What the fuck are you talking about? Nothing this dude says makes any sense. And it's just ignorant. His tweet blew up. He got the clout. But I think he's an idiot.
Just imagine you've watched enough Fate that you've also watched Lord Elmalloy, and you watched tonight's menu for the Emiya family, and then someone says you're not an anime fan, but most people don't even know tonight's menu for the Emiya family exists.
Even if someone was to watch before Fate became
this
Fate series,
absolute
like the older series of it, you have the knowledge of it. You're an anime
truly
fan.
made me mad. Not only did it make me mad,
Wait, Sam, can you hear?
Oh,
can y'all hear each other?
No, I can't hear shit Sam saying.
Sam,
reload Zencaster. Bro.
Sam, okay.
I hear.
You hear? Wait, he's a refresh. He don't hear us yet.
Funny. That's the second time this happened. That's hilarious.
Hey, but that's good. It's been a good 20-30 minutes. But Ray, while Sam refreshes
Are we paying for this?
No.
Okay,
not
good.
paying. Yes, but Ray, would you mind reading the super chat? With your beautiful voice.
Oh, let me do that real quick. Hold up.
Oh, yeah, give it.
Yeah,
Ray, give it to me. Yeah.
Hold up. Oh, I'm not saying his name though. I think blank meant Gundam 00 and Wing 00, maybe Seed if we lucky. like the stream, y'all. Gatekeeping is bad. Since let them like or hate. Exactly. Like let people
Guys,
like
I
what
don't
they like.
feel
Let them
Ray.
hate what
It's
they hate.
appreciate.
But don't tell people what they can't like and what they can't hate. You know what I'm saying? Like don't like there ain't no point in doing that. Do you? And I feel bad for this brother because it's like, do you know that you're acting like those people who basically were trying to tell people that look like us that we're less than human? Is it like how you gonna try and do that to other people? Like, do you not understand where we are? Like, I guess you don't get it. You don't like something enough more than other folks that you can tell them that they're fake fans because they don't like certain things. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit. And you should feel bad because that's a really shitty opinion. How you gonna say it's bad for these people? It's bad for the the craft for these people to like these things because it makes it bad. Bruh, anime don't even belong to us. It belongs to Japan, you idiot. How you gonna be like, I know what's good? No, you don't. You know what you like, and that's it. Sit your ass down. I'm actually really mad at all the people who quote tweeted and gave that dude clout.
Sorry.
Y'all did it for clout too, and it makes me mad.
Sorry.
I think about
Okay. So
go ahead. Let's move on.
no, okay. I was gonna say. So I did play a little bit of devil's advocate. Yeah, I completely agree with everyone.
The
but
devil
I did
don't need
tune
no
in
advocate.
to listen. You know,
Wait.
I'm Shada read all about the devil and that. All about the devil and that. But,
Wait, before you add your,
they,
I was gonna just add 2 cents because I know that you're gonna do the flip side. So before you add that,
okay,
I want to
yeah,
give
go-
my 2
yeah,
cents
go-
real
go
quick.
for it.
I agree with what James, Aaron is saying, and Ray, and it's true what we were saying because at the end of the day, you have to like what you like. You cannot judge people. Everybody has their own genre. James like his own type of CK type of genre, good or bad. I like my own type of edgy content. I like my CK, and I'm growing into my slice of life content as well. Then same as that same as that's putting me on with slice of life content. So at the end of the day, you enjoy what you like, and at the end of the day as well is that don't let people judge you for what you like. As long as you're not watching Read Over Healer, then we will probably judge you. So don't watch that. But other than that, you can watch what you want.
No, not probably. I absolutely am judging you.
Yes, definitely for sure.
One more thing is like talking about like gatekeeping in general. I think as a community, not saying we have, but the hit dog a holler. But this community, we've kind of taken the word and misconstrued it, and thrown it because people gatekeep. I also tweeted this. Some said anime is a medium of television. It is not a culture. And I think and you could say that could be because of a Western.
And it's not a personality type.
It's not a personality type. Like you could say like maybe it's because a lot of Westerners don't understand. And I'm speaking mainly about the United States. Don't understand what is outside of our borders. You know what I mean? It could be lack of education. It could be overall just ignorance, even when given education, something like that. So a lot of people they put Japanese culture is synonymous with anime culture, and it's like, and I think about this. Y'all know one of the highest grossing movies in Japan is the fucking Titanic. Like was for Demon Slayer. It's still one of the most, but Demon Slayer dethroned the king. But the idea is that like Japanese people, to them, even though they take animation as something that is for all ages, it's not just for kids. It's also like it's just a type of television. Like they just I feel like watching anime today. I'm gonna just watch anime. It's not like it's what you watch on anime is not what happens in Japan every day. Like they're regular people, and I think that's where a lot of our community misconstrues the idea like gatekeeping. Like when people talk about gatekeeping that black culture, right? You can make an argument for that because a lot of people will take or black or Asian or Hispanic culture. They'll take it, say it's theirs, make money from it, and not give credit back to the people who started it,
exactly.
Or not pay the people who started it. Right? Mm-hmm. That's something we need to stop gatekeeping.
Those are culture vultures. We don't like it.
But I'm saying like, that's something you can gatekeep, a culture. You can gatekeep a culture. You can gatekeep, actually that's probably the only thing I believe you can really gatekeep if I really think about it. But like it's something that is readily available to almost all people and is not tied really to a culture, because although anime was before, really the globalization of it has changed its view and its image and how it's looked on the world stage. is not. So it's like we think of gatekeeping and in anime people talk about it like that, and I feel like it's a really bad way that we put a label on a medium of television and try to call it a culture when it's not.
I absolutely agree with you, because honestly, people who gatekeep, who are you to put that standard level of high anime manga preference where you need to know the
again?
Oh, you guys can hear me?
So Ray,
again,
refresh your side.
Go ahead, Sam.
So I was gonna say, like, what makes you put that level of standardness where you know what's best for anime fans to be an anime fan? Like that's something I do not understand. Like, what kind of standard limit do you need to add into to be an anime fan? People have different tastes. People have different genres. People love different kinds of genres and movies and comic books and TV shows and all that stuff, and yet you want to put a pedestal, so something that's really well named, Dragon Ball Z, Demon Slayer, all that stuff like that, and you're gonna call them like a phony. You're gonna gatekeep that, saying like you're not a true anime fan because you're only watching this anime because it's just very popular right now. It's okay, cool. It has the fundings and everything of backing of all the advertisements and commercials. Clearly true. If like you can't just say he's not an anime fan because he's not doing the research of finding more animes to watch. They're still helping the anime community by watching the anime. They're helping the creator that wrote the story, the animation team that literally did the animations and stuff, the writers, the team, everything, the work that comes into this project come together. You watching a person watching it, they are appreciating it. They are giving their time to appreciate that anime, that art, that animation, that work, that writing. That is a fan. Well, it doesn't have to be a fan, but you still, like, you give your time, you give your appreciation, you give your time and effort for it. Why do you need to be a fan of anime or any kind of genre? Just because they're willing to give up their time. And we all know life is short. You only live once. They're willing to give 2 hours of the day to watch an entire movie of this one month, or 30 minutes of the time of the show, or binge an entire anime series, or read an entire 300 chapter, 180 chapters of manga, or even One Piece, over 1,000 chapters of manga. Whew. Like that's effort. That is a lot of effort and a lot of passion. You want to say that that's not an anime fan and that's not manga fan? They literally gave them like hours and time of their life to put in and support their work, and you want to gatekeep and say you're not a fan of it? They can't enjoy story, they can't enjoy the artwork, they can't enjoy panels, they can't enjoy all of that? Is that what you're trying to say? Like, really?
All right, go Shaka.
Yeah, nah. Yeah,
go bring it to us.
Before we get cancelled shade of red on Twitter, yeah, I agree with what everyone's saying. However, I did go onto their stream, which was 5 hours long. I admit it was 5 hours long, and I listened to a good 3 hours to understand where they were coming from. So from what I gathered,
doing the work for us.
Yeah, I was trying to see like what made these lot so mad, like what got these lot so amped up. So from what I can gather, is that they are upset with the Western culture trying to impose on the idea of anime. So one thing that they looked at specifically was something about Kill la Kill, where there was a article about Kill la Kill and how it was misogynistic and obviously trigger warning about how it pushes forward some sort of culture, but I don't want to speak about that.
Well, sexual violence, you can say that, yeah.
Yeah, sexual violence. So they're saying you're not a fan of the series if that's what you watched and you took away from it because you don't understand how culture works in Japan and what anime is in Japan. That's why they were so mad. And what they're worried about is Western ideas influencing on how things should be. It's like they believe that an artist shouldn't change the way that they make their story just because they're worried about how people in the West are going to perceive it. And that's what made them so angry. That's why they feel like they need to have this gatekeeping, because they feel like it's people like the way that things are, if you know what I'm saying. And the bigger something gets, the more gatekeeping there's going to be. You can't avoid it because people are used to the things that they like, if you know what I mean. Gatekeeping is always going to happen, unfortunately. And it's like, that's where the ideas were coming from. And do you guys like, I don't think so. I think I think it's good, but do you guys think that Western culture and ideals are ruining what an anime could be? Because now people may not tune into Kill la Kill because someone says, "Oh, this pushes misogyny and sexual violence." Because they've seen that, people are not going to tune into Kill la Kill. If you know what I'm saying. So do you think that Western culture?
I have one, low key plug. You know what I mean? I made a YouTube video for BlxxkAnime page on why Black people love anime. Right? You know what I mean? Go watch it. Go to YouTube, look it up. You know
Amazing video.
You got 100 videos of pushing. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so the idea that Western audiences in any way are ruining anime is ignorant of the fact that Western culture has been apparent and influenced anime since it's damn near its beginning. Like you watch shows from the 90s, 2000s, and now My Hero Academia is heavily fucking influenced by Western comic culture. And so the idea that that's the thing. So are they right for saying that the person who made that article about Kill la Kill was wrong about the show? Yes. But they're also wrong in saying that Western eyes or the Western gaze or the Western culture is what is ruining or what is going to ruin anime, because that makes you ignorant to the fact that Western culture has been in anime since day one. And I mean, in that video, the perfect person to talk about is Watanabe. Watanabe, in every single anime that he has worked in, has in some way been shown his love, appreciation, or just or the synchronizing with Western culture in some shape or way. His anime that me and my boy Brandon, Star Child boy, I can't remember his last name right now. Oh my gosh! But he made a theme for God Punch too, and I can't remember his name. Oh my gosh, Star Child writer. But anyway, me and him, like, we love this one anime, and a lot of people do. It's filled with jazz. And Watanabe worked on it, and I can't remember what it's called right now. It's killing me because I'm gonna remember when this episode's over and be pissed. And the thing is, Watanabe worked on it, and it's all about jazz. And although there are jazz musicians in Japan, the biggest jazz musicians in the world are in America, and they started in America. And he makes sure to show the Western culture that influenced the jazz that made these kids in this anime love jazz. And that's the idea. It's like people try to, that's what I'm talking about. When people say that anime is only Japanese, you are categorically, you can find facts on this, that you are false. That people in Japan, people who make anime, who make mangas like that, they don't give a fuck where it comes from. They don't care if it comes. The Crunchyroll is making anime from Korea. Like, they don't care where it comes from.
But then it brings the whole idea of culture again. So another thing that I saw that I thought it'd be good for the conversation is something that was on Twitter that was like an unpopular anime thing, and we spoke about it just before we got on here. But it was like, oh, I don't want my protagonists to be children. I want to see protagonists with adults. And they were mostly referring to shonen. Now, in the comments, they were talking about, the way that they fetishize Itadori, a 15-year-old boy, is like they were slandering it. To the gatekeepers, their perspective is that culture is different in Japan and the West. So I remember writing an essay once, and it was kind of a crazy essay. I had to delete all my history after, but it was about what is child pornography, basically. Now, in Japan, you can write or draw suggestive things of children and it not be classed as child pornography. However, you can't do that in the West. So Itadori having this nice body and stuff in the West, it may be look frowned down upon, whereas in Japan, it's not, because that's not classed as child pornography. Now, they say that Western culture, that being on there, is ruining it, and they say if you want adult protagonists and all this stuff, then you go make it yourself. Like, stop trying to impose on how the writer should draw or design their characters. Now, like I said, I'm not agreeing with that. I'm just posing the question.
Well, real quick before someone, just for the first part, just for the first part, my problem is that they say Western audiences everywhere who say that they want older protagonists. It's a little bit hypocritical in a way to say that, being in America or the United States, because most of the most popular novels, most of the most popular comic books are of kids.
Yes.
I mean, Percy Jackson.
Harry Potter.
I mean, Harry Potter. Katniss Everdeen. She was like 16 when the book started. Like most of the most popular novels. I'm saying hypocritical, but it's what I mean is that to when somebody usually when somebody says that they mean in the media in general, right? So like if I mean they're talking about anime specifically because that's what they watch the most of, but in the broader scope, almost all stories that make it either cartoons. Last Airbender, he was 10. Like that's golden series. He was
in the
10.
Teen Titans. Is
Teen
in the title?
Titans.
Teen Titans.
Teens. They
Young
were teens.
Justice.
Young Justice. The old they don't turn what 18 until what the last season or something or the season before that. Second season. Before that, they're all teen like young teens, and so it's like the idea that they have a problem with people wanting older protagonists and saying that then watch it somewhere else and like that. It's like it's not just. I'm not saying it's an issue. It's not something they may only have a problem with anime, maybe with other media in the West as well in the East. So it's okay, again.
So, Aaron, I got a question for you. Do you think that mangakas and anime creators now need to be aware of their Western influences and be more aware of how they cater to Western audiences in the likes that they might put something in there where in the West it could get them cancelled? Do you think they need
I have a question. Well, I have a counter question. This is I can't think of the word. Now you have to answer it. Should Western authors start writing characters with older protagonists?
That they do in comic books. Green Lantern, Superman,
Batman. But it's like there's two levels to it, right? Just like in anime, there's shonen and seinen. So what? That's what I'm just saying. All I'm saying is should they be worried about how the Western audiences are going to feel about it? Western authors don't give a crap. They write whatever they want to write.
But it's how.
I'm talking about the first part, not the part with the fan service for 14-year-olds. Yeah, I'm talking about just the idea of wanting older protagonists.
I just want to add real quick
go on.
I just want to add real quick is that, for example, how comic books got more in the pop culture in the medium because of the movies. And now over the years, Crunchyroll, Funimation, and everything has gotten more popular and more word of mouth. Podcasts. There's Anime Trash Taste, I think it's called, about the podcast. There's more of the bigger YouTubers and the bigger content creators that are Twitch streamers and everything that are pushing anime out there. So it's getting more into the word of mouth. That's getting more into the pop culture that is kind of bleeding into it. Where it's like, for example, like last week, our man John Cena just had a whole picture about My Hero, and everybody was questioning like what's going on there. Is he trying to do something, or is he reading? Like nobody was questioning like what's going on there. But it shows that anime, manga is now more in the pop culture area, like it's entered, like comic books did a good 12 years ago because of Iron Man, Thor, and all those films got into more pop culture.
And everything, movies, yeah.
So now it's with anime, manga is doing the same thing slowly into bleeding that into the pop culture type of medium as well.
Yeah,
I can
I feel like I'll give an end statement. It's no matter what you do or no matter what you're in, there's gonna be some sort of conservative feeling towards it. That's just how the way things are. People are not always open to new things and new suggestions on how stuff should be. So even with Shade of Red might go to Japan one day and people might not read it because it's a shonen, but people are 18. That's just how it goes. But the best thing to do is ignore those people that are not open to new ideas. Sadly, those people are not open to new ideas. I mean, yes, is it wrong to say Kill la Kill is something that pushes sexual violence and misogyny? No, well, yeah, it's not correct. However, if that's what you took from it, that's what you took from it, and your opinion is valid.
You're allowed to think that, but gatekeeping
just freedom of
is
press,
not the
freedom of
answer.
everything like
Hold up,
that.
guys.
You like whatever you want.
Gatekeeping
Hold up.
No,
One
wait,
person at a
hold on.
time. James, go ahead.
No, hold on. Wait. What I was saying is, you're allowed to have that opinion. Don't gatekeep people from having that opinion. Is what I'm trying to say. It's like you're allowed to have that opinion, and if they have that opinion from taking the anime, then that's fair enough. If you know what I mean. If you don't like that opinion, just like the way that you say they don't like they don't have to watch the anime, you don't have to read the article. So that's why I think gatekeeping is just stupid. Sorry, James. You go next.
No, I pretty much was just going to say the same thing. Like, you're allowed to feel how you want to feel, but gatekeeping is not the answer. You have the ability to just not watch it, not read it, not know anything about it. Just put it out of your mind. Like, gatekeeping is not the answer just because you don't like something. Censoring something is not the way. As far as mangakas being influenced by how things are in the West, I actually wouldn't respect you if you completely altered your story because you're too worried about what so many different people in another country is going to think of your story. Like, yes, if you have that knowledge, be sensitive of what you're making, but the most important thing is to make what you want to create. And people will take from it what they want to take from it, and they'll either read it, watch it, or don't. That does not give anyone the right to gatekeep and say, well, I feel this way about this, therefore your feelings are invalid because I feel this way. It's ignorance.
Yeah, and I feel like it's about embracing cultures, because even like anime, like even though a lot of it's like blowing out proportion, anime taught me a lot about Japanese culture. And through making my own manga, I hope to show Japanese people a little bit about London culture, because I have a whole race in there that speaks London slang, and I hope to just influence people like that. Like with gatekeeping there, that type of thing would never happen. So I feel like the culture should be embraced.
And I mean, just to speak on it, I mean, the reason why I don't, people talk about fan service and like that, and having the West influence the East. You guys got to remember, Stephen King wrote a novel in which children have an orgy. And that is one of his best-selling novels. There have been multiple movies made on it. And
big facts, bro.
And people tried to no one has tried to cancel Stephen King for it yet. And my thing is, and the idea is, and that's why I feel like this whole gatekeeping discussion and thinking that the Eastern is going to be influenced by West. Authors in the West aren't even influenced by people in the West. They write whatever the fuck they want to write. They don't care. And that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's like, you are, like James said, you're supposed to be, the idea is because anime and manga has become more globalized like that, there is some type of expectation to be sensitive. Like, don't be racist. You know what I mean? Don't allow the theme of your story to be sexism or misogyny, or racism. Like, don't let it be that to be a central thing. Now, if it's a subplot that gets resolved in which the person learns something from it, then yes, which we've seen a lot. We see that in a lot of stories. But don't let that, like, read over healer is a great idea, because it's basically revenge porn. And that's what it is in a manga form. And that is something that most people are not going to like, and it's going to have a problem with. And if people in Western audience are like, yo, that is a problem, that doesn't mean that they're saying that they're trying to change the nature of the medium. They're saying that is an issue. That is something that should not have been made. And that's the thing. Is like, these people who have these discussion of trying to gatekeep regular people. And I'm not talking about haters. I'm not talking about people who are trying to in some way ruin the medium. They're trying to gatekeep regular people from either adventuring into or enjoying their small part of that medium, and trying to gatekeep them from that is stupid, and it's illogical. It's illogical.
Just a quick question for James and Aaron. But when it does change for, say, racial reasons, so you said that you wouldn't respect the artist's own author if they change something to fit in the West. So when Dragon Ball and Pokemon changed the looks of Mr. Popo and Jinx when it got brought over to the West, do you feel like that was a correct change to do?
But thing is, that's more than likely wasn't an Eastern change. That was a Western change.
Yeah,
that's like getting mad at Japan for the 4 kids for the 4Kids dub of One Piece in America and like in America. They had nothing to do with that. That's not their. That had nothing to do with that. Like a lot of times, you gotta understand it goes through a lot of funnels.
Do you think that due to like racial stereotypes, it was good to change those characters though?
I mean, I would say yes, because what I really meant was I think you should again be sensitive to all of these things, but your overall story, what makes your story shouldn't change simply based on those things. Definitely be sensitive, but you shouldn't be so influenced by what other people are going to think, because you're still going to have a large group of people that aren't going to like what you make. So it might as well be what you want it to be, but of course be sensitive. Don't be racist, don't be sexist, misogynist, that kind of stuff. But like you should still be able to make your story.
Compare Watanabe. I'm gonna praise Watanabe whenever I get the chance. Compare what Watanabe did with black people and Cowboy Bebop to Mr. Popo in Dragon Ball. Right? Like think about that. You make a caricature of a black person when we know good and well you could easily make a black person look good. Easily, because even Watanabe did it in '98. There are people doing it in the Gundam series in '94, and there are people doing it in this other series in '96. Like there are people making good-looking black folk who look like regular black people in anime, and then you go ahead and make a caricature.
And plus, Karen Tuesday,
Mr. Popo is extremely, extremely ignorant. Like the fact that character was drawn in the first place. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's something that should have been changed much earlier on, right? Like, that's a simple thing that you can change. Mr. Popo, the character, doesn't have to change, but the way he looks, like that's ignorant. That's wrong.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why we need to allow the room for growth. I mean, I feel like Toriyama must know that was ignorant and must realize that he has a lot of black fans, and at the time when he done it, he must have known it was wrong. But I do feel like there's a growth, and there is, as James was saying, more sensitivity towards the West and when they're making things, and that's not always a bad thing. That is not always.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's sensitivity in the East also. I mean, we focus on the Western front because most of them.
Yes, yeah. Even with my hero, the doctor name.
It's sensitive. Like that's the idea. People, because we're American or United States, and again, it's a little bit of ignorance. Also, is we
United Kingdom.
United Kingdom. I hit dog. I say hit dog a holler. But because we're over here or over there, over the pond, a lot of times we tend to hyper focus on our own problems and the own things that we talked about and discussed. But if you take a second to look over there, some of them will have the same problems, issues we may have in the series. They may have the same issue, or some of them might be ignorant of it, and then we show them like, I still love this anime. I mean, I'm not gonna say I personally love Dragon Ball. I'm just going to this is somebody else was talking about.
Oh yeah.
I love Dragon Ball, but I think Mr. Popo could have been done better. Right? And you explain to somebody in Japan, oh no, this character's fine. I just feel like they should have drew him different. It just feels like and they'll be like, okay, yeah, I agree. Like that's the thing. Like we don't and a lot of times we have this hyper fixation on ourselves that we don't take the time to look and see how other people may feel about the same way, about seeing the same way we do.
And that's the problem with gatekeeping. It doesn't allow that type of criticism to be had, because they say the gatekeeping is trying to say you can't have that type of criticism. And if you have that type of criticism, you're not supporting the author. If you're not supporting the author, you're not a fan of anime or manga. And that's why gatekeeping is just completely flawed and stupid. Media is meant to be there for discussion. It happens all the time.
Yeah, I'm not trying to cancel Dragon Ball because of Mr. Popo. No. You know what I mean? I'm not going on Twitter trying to gatekeep people and tell people to not watch Dragon Ball because Mr. Popo is extremely insensitive. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It is wrong.
Yeah, and just people need to know that Dragon Ball GT is just a good show, and people need to understand that you guys should enjoy it.
Stop.
On
You
that
just
note,
Wait, where did Ray go? Did Ray come back?
We
Right?
was having fun. We
Ray,
was
come
having
back.
a good combo.
Refresh whatever you need to do. Come back.
I was gonna say before we
Ray.
get too far, we never addressed.
I'm in here. What's up?
We never addressed John's last super.
Yeah,
chat.
I was gonna mention.
Yeah,
it right
there's
now.
two of them. There is the blue one that is right above it. I have a feeling if Meg Thee Stallion and John Cena saw this tweet, I have a bad feeling that that it probably could have gotten trend even higher. What do you
Definitely.
think that if John
It's
Cena
true.
or Meg Thee Stallion
it
probably
definitely
saw
is
that?
true. The thing about seeing bad tweets is the same reason that me and James saw when we first saw it. We just ignored it, passed it, never gave it the brightest day attention.
Like
do not even retweet. No nothing
This
to
one
even
little ass
pull it
dude
out
had
there.
a picture.
But the thing
Sam,
is,
hold up.
who-
Sam, hold up. Ray, say something.
Hello?
Yeah, Ray.
Go ahead, talk, Ray.
Oh no, like why they don't care about this little random ass dude on Twitter not liking something that other people don't like. They don't care. They don't have time for that. I mean, the fact that the dude was trending at all, was like, well, there it is. People were just mad at his opinion, which he's entitled to have. It's a shitty opinion. Don't get me wrong, but it's just people decided to dogpile on it, and that's what made it more popular. Which that's part of the problem with the internet in general, if you ask me. Like people like that don't deserve time. Like they don't deserve any airtime whatsoever. It's like, yeah, he had a shitty opinion. We've all had shitty opinions, bro. But now you get a megaphone. Everybody's got one now. And so it's just no. I'm glad they weren't worried about it.
It was trending.
Exactly. It was because it was such a shitty take. It was because it's such a shitty take that people were like, "Well, I have to give my take on this shitty take." That's how it got there.
I did not know it was trending. I saw it before it got popular. I saw it.
Don't be that guy. But anyway, look,
I saw it late at night and saw it.
I was there in the before for
this whole thing. So gatekeeping is literally the lowest way of saying I don't want to have a conversation with you because I want to keep my shitty thing shitty. Let things just because they don't want things to change. Things have to change because as a society evolves and grows, you learn that shit ain't okay sometimes. Racism's bad. A lot of people thought it was okay for a long time. Some people still think it's okay. That used to be in fiction and shit like that because it was fine then. But then they realized, oh shit, this is not okay. Misogyny, people like sexual abuse, that stuff's that's not okay. It doesn't have to be in stories to make stories interesting. And we all know this. So telling people that we need to gatekeep to keep it clean, air quotes, that's a really shitty and lame way of saying I don't like to have new ideas introduced to challenge the way that I think. It's entitlement and it's ignorant. And it makes no sense whatsoever if you actually want something that you like to grow. Like don't be like that because it ain't gonna get better if it stays the way it is.
That's the thing too. Just to piggyback off of that, right? If you're saying you're a true anime fan, why are you trying to do this? Yeah. Like us together, we're on this podcast right now because we love anime and we love talking to other people about anime. We want to spread the good word of anime. We want anime to be
the Lord's word of anime. Everybody watch anime.
Like we want anime to spread out even more. Like why would you do this? Like this isn't putting a positive eye on anime. If anything, there's people on the outside that aren't into anime going like, well, if this is what the community is like, why even bother get into anime if I'm going to deal with all of this bullshit on Twitter every time I like something? And I can't just like Dragon Ball Super and like the Tournament of Power because if I go on Twitter and say that, I'm going to get eaten to shit. For what? Like, why?
It sucks to know is that nobody can enjoy what it is. Like people,
what I said, it's entitlement. People think that they know the best about everything when it comes to this shit, and I'm like, no, you don't. You just know what you like. That's literally it. But you don't actually make any of this stuff.
But it sucks that. It just sucks. People's excuse is that why do you have to be like? People's excuse that there's always toxic in every fan. But like, okay, but how about let's improve that type of stereotype? Let's improve. Let's not add to it. Like for example, I saw a picture. I think I forgot Pat posted a couple days ago that there's a video chat in Clubhouse of talking about why black women sucks or something like that, and I'm like, why do people need to spread that negativity? Like spread positivity. Like there's no need. Like if you like Death Note, enjoy Death Note. If you like Gundam, go enjoy. If you want to read One Piece, enjoy Naruto and Bleach. Enjoy the big three. Enjoy all of them. Awesome. It's like there's no need to be with the negativity. It's just bring that positivity.
Like I said, it's being conservative. Whenever something grows or starts to become more popular, it's inevitable for this to happen. I remember when Avatar went on Netflix, and the shitty takes of Avatar that there was. It just happens. The more your fandom grows, the more stuff there is. You can't just.
I mean, I agree and disagree because again, cop shows on TV have a fandom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know how toxic this is. Maybe the CSI fandom is really fucking toxic. I don't know.
Okay.
No,
maybe not cop shows because they're not in a limelight like that. But I mean anything. So even.
But there's a fan for cop shows and. Like
yeah,
they're so stereotyped.
There's a fandom for Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy's fandom is a little bit toxic. Not a lot toxic.
But cop shows are the same thing. You start the show and the end of the show. I'm sorry. You start the beginning of the episode. There's a problem, but then you resolve it at the end. Almost every cop show, the same thing, the same storyline. But there's almost 80 shows different of every cop shows. There's Chicago
millions of watches.
They've had there is New York PD, NYPD. There is
so
Chicago.
I'm gonna be that guy. What you just said. If you just replace that word cop shows with anime, you'd be saying the same thing.
But that's the point, though. That's the point, though. It's like
same thing. Star Wars, same thing.
What I'm saying is. What I'm saying is, but it depends on the type of fandom, because even when it comes to like superhero movies, with more black actors coming into superhero movies, people complain about that as well, and they try to gatekeep superhero films. It happens. The more stuff expands, anytime you try to do something different.
Shitty people are shitty.
That's why I don't think it's a fan. I don't think it's a fandom or.
It's just shitty people.
It's just shitty. It's just like I said, shitty people. I mean,
shitty people will get into something that people like, and they're just shitty.
The more something grows, the more shitty people there is.
But I don't think. I don't think that's the fault of the fandom, because I think one time. So I was over this. I went to this place with my friend one time, and we were talking to these guys, and I'll admit we were a little drunk. I had a few sips of tequila. I was in it, and we were talking about anime. And if anybody knows me, anybody knows me, I watch more anime than the regular person usually does. Okay, I literally watch probably about 10 series a month. I don't know how it happens. It just kind of happens. I get people watch. But this one guy I was talking to, he loved Dragon Ball and Naruto.
That's crazy. Ash can't even watch Hunter x Hunter. That's wild.
You need to watch Hunter. But anyway, he loved Dragon Ball and Naruto. And if anybody knows me, those are not in my top 10. They're not in my top 20. They're not in there. They're not my favorites. I'm telling him, I'm like, that's not. I'm like, I don't really watch it. I watch everything else. I watch detective anime. I watch slice of life. I watch mystery. That's what I like. My favorites have nothing really to do with shonen, and that's just me. Shonen battle anime, and that's just me. And he was having a fit. This man was like, I can't believe you haven't seen Dragon Ball. You haven't watched all 500 episodes of Naruto. Do you even really like anime? And I'm just like, you're trying to gatekeep me when I've seen potentially over 500 different anime just because I haven't seen.
Damn, that's somebody that grew up on the internet. You have an opinion that's different than mine. Oh my god!
That man was like 30. That man was like 30 something. But he
still grew up on the internet. He ain't got no friends. He ain't got no real friends. That's unfortunate.
But that's the idea. It's kind of like, and I mean, he's a good guy. Like he put me on some anime that I'm going to go watch, like, because we're cool. But it's like that idea that James talked about was it James? Somebody said the entitlement, or it was very probably the entitlement, and just the idea that some people feel as though there's going to be shitty people no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter if the fandom grows. The fandom could have 10 people. You could have 10 people, and 2 of those people out of the 10 could be shitty. And I mean, Shade of Red could get 1,000 views. 10 of those people could be mad shitty. They could love Shade of Red, and they're just like, y'all don't understand the fucking series. Y'all can't watch it. Have you even read chapter 1 yet?
But you understand the context of page 2, chapter 3.
Yeah. Do you know what meme that's from? See, you don't even get the series. And that's the idea. It's like it's. I mean, and that's why. I mean, I think the biggest problem with anime in general is that we put too much. I think this is really an anime only problem. This is not even a cartoon problem. It's an anime only problem We put way too much stock in the fandoms. We give them way too much power.
I feel like it's how protective everyone gets of these fandoms. I feel like it's because stuff like anime was so taboo when we was younger. Like it was seen as like a nerdy thing.
It was made for adults back in the day. Anime
I feel like
Yu-Gi was dueling people to the Shadow Realm, technically to kill them,
bro. But I feel like people get protective over anime fandoms is because of how taboo they thought it was for because basically it was seen as nerdy, and then now
my mom used to think that anime was for demons.
Yeah, exactly.
Like part of the devil.
But now it's growing in popularity. Some people believe that because they were there when anime was seen as nerdy and rubbish and just a cartoon, they feel like, oh, now all these new people are just jumping on a wave. How dare they jump on a wave? And that's just it's ridiculous, bro. They get protected over the fandom. That's why.
I mean, be grateful that they're on the wave.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely. Exactly. So okay, yeah, you didn't catch the wave when it was in the beginning. Okay, you didn't understand the struggle that people who were anime fans who got made fun of when they were kids, or like have this love and interest in hobbies and that sort of stuff. But like other people made fun of you in a sort of way, and then it just become popular, and you have more other people, like other people watching anime, enjoying the content, enjoying what's going on, and loving what they're seeing. Just enjoy that they're on the bandwagon. Don't just because they don't they weren't there in the beginning to understand your struggle.
So right here
doesn't mean they need to live through the struggle to understand to love anime.
So a perfect example to what Sam said, that people are jumping to the bandwagon. Look at Demon Slayer sales. Before the anime came out, those sales were like trash if you compare it to how it was. Once the anime came out, it's now one of the most highest grossing manga and broke records of One Piece, Hunter x Hunter, Bleach over the
Titanic.
years. Yes, it broke records. So
it saved Japan's economy.
That is true. It saved Japan's economy. So for it to do all that, just because of Demon Slayer anime, but then you find out how in the West it became trending because of episode 19. People start to find out what is this Demon Slayer episode, and people start to gatekeep throughout that week or throughout that month, because people start to jump on Demon Slayer. People like Ray, who has verified check marks, people were trying to find out all about Demon Slayer anime.
Hey, look, bro, I'm a check.
That was before Ray was verified. That was when he was a regular person. He's not a regular person anymore. He's not a regular person. He's different.
I remember at the time, Ninja tweeted something about Demon Slayer, and everyone was like, "Oh, you don't even watch anime.
You don't watch
how could you?
You're a famous person.
You're just jumping on it because it's trending."
But that's the thing. It's like it's funny to me when I think about that. Is like, and I think who was talking about? I think Black Girls Anime said it. No, I remember when, it doesn't trend. People tweet every once in a while. They said, "No, these are the real, pillars of anime." And they say Sailor Moon, Revolutionary Girl, Utena. Like they said, like they do like those. And it's like you understand. It's like there is a lot of anime. And that's, I think that people, a lot of people stay in their bubble. You know, a lot of people who gatekeep are very much in their bubble, and it's like, you realize there is a lot of anime.
Man, like, if you spent your time, all that energy, like watching anime, you wouldn't have time to talk shit. Just go watch anime.
Exactly. Like same people who argue that saying like, how come the protagonist is always a teenager and never a fully adult main character? You have not explored enough other anime and manga series where the main character is an adult. Technically, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. Rimuru was technically in the whole adult woman.
Yeah, he's an adult.
Adult man, job was everything.
Non-gender in a way, technically.
Reincarnated.
But
that's a whole different series. But
and plus jobless reincarnation. The dude is a 35-year-old man who became
34 man, yeah.
Okay,
close age. He's technically 40 now. You know what I mean?
Technically, if you add the extra age,
yeah, add the extra year, he's technically 40.
If non-isekai genre, there's also Kaiju number 8 that people definitely need to check out because that shit is cool.
But it's what sucks is that a lot of people don't know. It's because about promoting, marketing. Is that people don't have Twitter accounts. I know people that don't have Twitter accounts. So how would they know if people just like Ray and some people who only use the app? But some people don't know about it. That they actually word of mouth. Like we use the app, we're in the center with the medium. But word of mouth.
It's about beat jump. following on what Sam said, if you wanted more, like if you said
adult
something like
main characters, like
yeah,
more that's not teenager, like college student, whatever, adulthood.
If you want that more in your anime, you're entitled to that opinion. What you can do is you can show people, oh, here are some animes with adult characters, not gatekeep and say, oh, because you want more adults in animes, that means you're not an anime fan because you don't understand shonen. Just show people, bro. That's what it means to be in love with something.
But also, it's because people.
I'm gonna bring up a very important series for people because since a lot of people like My Hero Academia, right? But they're not too fan of Deku because he was a child and he cries a lot. And
Vigilantes.
Okay, checking into Vigilantes. Kochi is actually a grown as a man. He's a grown as adult, but he tries to be a hero. He does his own effort. There's a separate stories, side stories where this is the prequel, yes, but it's a grown adult series, and yet it's not getting as advertised as much often. It's an adult series. It's actually still stating real facts.
But that's
entire world and stuff.
But that's also the deal. People talk about shonen's for no, you're good. No, but like shonen's for young boys, right? But you gotta understand something. It's like for young boys doesn't mean you can't have adult characters because there's a lot of anime that has adult characters in adult situations that are shonen, and and I mean, so I guess that's why I say gatekeepers are wrong. Like where you find it's funny when you find out that Death Note is a shonen, and you're just like, Death Note, you mean the same one that aired? You mean the same one? Do you mean that was printing right next to the One Piece, like that? Those two at the same time, like, and that's the thing. It's like people don't, and that's why again, a lot of gatekeeping comes from pure ignorance, literally not understanding the medium you are trying to gatekeep again, also yes, seinen is technically for young men like that, yes, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that seinen can't have stories with kids in it. It's like, and I'm not going to compare it too much, but like people talk about what's that show? What's that show on Netflix? The Netflix original one about puberty. What's it called?
It's Big Mouth. I hate that show.
Big Mouth. I like Big Mouth. Big Mouth is funny to me.
It's a good show.
But people talk about Big Mouth and they say, "Oh, I can't believe they would do this. They're perverts. They're having kids fuck turkeys." I'm like, and I'm looking at them. I'm like, wait.
Yeah, contradicting what you're complaining about.
Yeah, with anime. But it's also it's the idea that you gotta remember in America we look at animation as it's only for kids. Or we think cartoons is only for kids. So like when they see something that Big Mouth is marketed to adults, it is for adults that are like it's an over exaggeration of your childhood growth.
When we were in high school as kids, yes.
Middle school up to high school, like that's what it is. It's an over exaggeration because it's not for kids. It is for adults. It is not for you to get hard to. Just like anime. If you're watching an anime. And a little kid is pervy because some little kids are pervy. And a little kid is pervy. That is not for you to get hard for.
It's just like Mineta.
It's just like, oh, yeah, it's a kid. That's how kids act. Like, oh, it's a little over exaggerated. Of course, it's a fucking show. It's not like it's supposed to be a 1-for-1 retake. And it's like people who, like I said, it's all from this level of ignorance of either not understanding the medium, not understanding what the story is trying to be told, or something like that. And that's on two sides. Because people who gatekeep there, like I said, people who gatekeep, man, put Fate and Gundam on here. No one is a quote unquote fake anime fan watching every Fate or watching every Gundam. No one is going that far to be a fake anime fan. No one. Like it's just an ignorance of not understanding what exactly you're talking about.
Another part of gatekeeping that really pisses me off. It's just like outside of anime, look at like American comics and movies, right? Like Michael B. Jordan talked about doing a Superman movie one of these days. And everyone is all pissed off. Oh, can't have a black Superman. Superman's white. No, he's not. He's not from Earth. He is not Caucasian whatsoever. People also lost their minds when Michael B. Jordan was cast as the Human Torch in Fantastic Four. It's like there was a lot of gatekeeping around that. It's like, oh, the Fantastic Four can only be white. Why? If you don't like it, if that's something that's a problem for you, I don't know why it is, but if that's a problem for you, just don't watch it. Why do you need to go on the internet and be like, oh, Michael B. Jordan, you should die. You should kill yourself simply because you're playing a character that's white, that's traditionally white in the comics. Like, why do people need to do stuff like that?
Because people are ignorant And
I did have a problem with that. I did have a problem with that because they should have made Sue. They should have made Sue black too. That's what made me mad.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
was like,
I agree.
you should have made them both black. Why make him or her adopted? Make them both black. That was dumb. All right, that's good.
Because
then
that's
there would
when
be too many
Hollywood was
darkies
still
in that
just
movie.
voting token black guys for no reason. That's why.
But I mean,
Hollywood
but
was on
I
their
feel like
token
that's why
black guy phase.
people who gatekeep comics are the same or similar to people who gatekeep anime.
That's the thing. When it comes to comics, I don't really feel it's gatekeeping. Because I even remember I was talking to James the other week, and I was talking about, I'd really like to be on villains, but all my knowledge basically comes from just movies. No way did James say, "Well, I can't have you on them because you don't read the comics." Nah, you can't come on. It's like they were inviting to talk to me, even though my knowledge doesn't move outside of.
But the thing is that's because James is a nice person. Now there's people who aren't like James who will be like I joke with my friend Braxton. She's also on our pod. I joke with her because she loves Iron Man. And I'm like, I don't really like Iron Man because comic book Iron Man is a dick. That man is a horrible. He has done some very, very bad. He has very good stories.
Ray mentioned this. Ray mentioned this before even the movies came out. He was a D-class hero in the comic books.
Oh yeah.
He has some, especially like as he got gained popularity. He has some very well crafted stories. But as a whole, that man is a asshole. Him, Reed Richards.
Reed Richards, hell yeah. He
definitely see the truth about Professor X. Professor X be erasing people's memories and be like, hey, you've never seen me before. Hi, how you doing? I'm Professor X. And it's like, you've known him for like 20 years of your life. He just erased your memory and just, hey. Oh, your brother died? I'm going to erase your memory so you don't remember that your brother died.
When Reed Richards turned everyone to zombies because he thought it was human evolution, I wanted to strangle him, bro. What is wrong with this guy?
People don't understand the grudge that Reed and Dr. Doom has against each other because of Susan and many other stuff. People don't understand that those two hate each other with passion because of rivalry and everything. Victor Von Doom is just Victor Von Doom for a reason. That's his character, and him and Reed, that's why in the comics they have the freaking Illuminati. Like there's so many things that people don't understand about some characters.
Go ahead, Sam. My fault.
No, I was gonna bring up a comment that Nathan says Zendaya as MJ. Did anybody have problems with that?
I did.
Okay. I don't.
She's not Mary Jane.
That's the thing. She's not Mary Jane, so that's why I don't have a problem with. See, when I think of that, my problem is because in one run of the comics, Peter Parker does have a black girlfriend.
Yes, I remember that.
Who does have a black girlfriend who is a mutant and actually has powers and works for SHIELD. And my thing was my problem. So my problem sometimes with comic book movies when they just insert black people into regularly white roles is because it's so we talk about Superman. Superman can be black. There's an alternate universe Superman that is actually black. Yeah. He's an actual alien, and his story does not necessarily change fundamentally if it's a black guy. Doesn't matter. No. Same thing. I mean, and especially if the movie is going to be framed in 2015 plus or 2020 plus, doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like most hero stories won't change. My problem is when you have something like, why did she have to be MJ? Why couldn't they have explored Spider-Man's mythos further and given that character? And then she could have been a hero that worked with him. She could have been like, I felt like they relegated her to a side role when they could have given her something that was bigger. And that was my big problem with it. I don't really care if she's MJ or not, because MJ being black or white or whatever does not change the core.
That wasn't a problem. No.
So for me, the way I start like my 2 cents for it is the way me and James have a passion for is like for the late John Schnapp.
Spider-Man.
John Schnapp said that the way MCU films and these type of comic book adaptations are like the what ifs. Like they're not really full adaptations of the comics. There are some type of adaptations from the way the director, the screenwriter, and the producer wants to bring it to life. It doesn't have to be like, Michael B. Jordan play Johnny Storm. Is he black in the comics? No. But as long as he does the role good and as long as he does the character the way it's presented, all right, cool. That's all that matters, and that's what's important. And plus, if Zendaya wants to be MJ, doesn't have red hair, but if she does say Tiger, if she's becomes the girlfriend of Peter.
I mean,
cool. That's
Mary Jane can still exist because she's not Mary Jane, right?
Yeah,
so
I know.
Mary Jane can definitely still exist.
Yeah, Kevin Feige already. But that's the thing. If I think about this, that's my problem. You went half-ass on it, right? Either make her Mary Jane or make her the black girl that he dated in the comics that has power.
Why though? Why can't they just create a new character and just?
Well, I mean,
original character. I don't mind original character.
And my thing is, I don't know. I just feel like for me, I feel like a lot of times we are getting comic book wise, there are a lot of black characters in comics, right? And we are not getting them. Instead, we're getting white characters that turn black. And again, I'm okay with like Mr. Gordon being black in the Batman. I'm fine with that. But that's cool. I do want a Blue Marvel movie at some point. I do want a Dr. Voodoo.
Don't even get me started on Blue Marvel, bro.
Static Shock.
I do want a Static Shock. I do want a Dr. Voodoo movie. I'm glad that we're getting Falcon and Winter Soldier. I cannot fucking wait for that. Like those. Like
I was getting Blade too.
Blade. Hell yeah.
We're getting so much stuff.
Moon Knight.
We're getting so much like these, but. My thing is, I'm okay with them switching that as long as we still get the other one.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
as long as it's not, we're just gonna keep, slightly tweaking these white characters black, but we're never gonna give you an actual black. Like that's when we saw Teyana Paris came in as we getting the black after Barbara. I was like, MCU, they doing their thing. Like that's kind of stuff that makes me more happy, I guess. That personally makes me more happy than inserting a black character into a traditionally white character.
And I agree with you on that to a degree, right? Because sometimes it can feel pandering. Because in that Four Stick movie, it's like, well, if we didn't change these two characters to black people, there wouldn't really be any black people in that movie. So it's like, and if we don't do that, then people are going to bitch that we don't have diversity. So let's switch it up. It's like, all right, well, we could have 2 black people in the Fantastic Four, but that would be too many niggers. So we can't do that. So we'll just have one of them. You know what? To me, that's pandering, right? But just switching up a character, like what John's saying in the comments, like it's an adaptation. I don't care that much. You know what I mean? Like, you can still watch the comics. You can still read the comics. There's still animated series. You can watch and read all of these different things. This is a movie adaptation. And as a fan of comics, just think of the multiverse. This is just another Earth in the multiverse where in this Earth, this person's black or this person is this. And again, John, to your point, something that I really like that you brought up was that a lot of these characters, a lot of their backstory has to do with their race and gender being a part of their backstory. That's why in some cases I don't mind switching it up, because let's say if you made a black Superman, right? Yes, we do have Calvin Ellis, which is, a different, version of like a black Superman. But what if we got like straight up Kal-El as a black guy in a movie? You can explore that. Right?
It doesn't change who he is. It doesn't change him as a character
because he's from space.
But what it could
Superman.
Exactly. But what it could elevate is those moments when he's a kid and he feels even more alone. If he was a black kid dealing with the prejudice of like having to deal with like police and bullying just because of the color of his skin and having the power to fight back, but not being able to,
Superman.
That would be a really compelling story. And that can be an Elseworlds type story. I'm not saying like you need to go to the comics and completely rewrite Superman and make him black. But if there's a story that exists where he is, I appreciate that as long as it's not pandering.
It's well done. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you do it right and you do it well, it ain't no problem. But yeah, just don't stick it in there just to stick it in there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing that we have the problem with like Titans, because Starfire being black is not a problem. I actually like the idea of it. No. It's a whole plan of black folk. I want to go there. But it's like, I think for me, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't care that it's a black person playing her. I wish she was painted orange. But then after that, you kind of get over it.
I don't care what color she is. She could have been purple.
But I know, but I mean, you get over that.
I'll take the orange.
once you actually see her play the role, once you get over it, like she does a good job. I mean, she does.
Exactly.
I feel like 90% of the people in that show are victims of the
James, you were
script.
hitting on it. People care too much about these adaptations being exactly the way that they see. Why do you want it to be exactly the way you read it? You've already read it.
It's called
Why
adaptation.
would you want it done exactly the same way? That's boring as hell to me.
Or even watch it in a cartoon show where Starfire was orange and green
I ain't
eyes
watching
and
none of that
stuff.
because I think it's all garbage. But anyway,
we can agree Beast Boy is trash, though, right? People who've seen it, we can agree.
Wait, quick question. Why is it when it's differently adapted in a comic book it's okay, but when it gets differently adapted in an anime,
I don't care then either. Like it's different.
Okay, that's two different things. Okay, see, the reason why I say it's two different things is because
Neverland. Cough.
Oh, because it's like
that's a whole direction difference, literally.
Yeah.
So let's talk about people whose problem with Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man as a character fits perfectly into where the MCU is now. Mm-hmm. Now, if they had his rights when Iron Man came out, we would have a totally different Spider-Man, most likely. Totally different Spider-Man.
Hell yeah.
But as MCU, Tom Holland has done a really good job of being the Spider-Man for the MCU.
Needs to be. Yep.
That needs to be. Because it would not make sense, for him to be Spider-Man and for him not to look up to Tony.
Let me hit you with this, LS. So think about comic books. Comic book characters have been written by hundreds of different people. There are different stories all the time. Mm-hmm. It's not like there's 6 different versions of Deku in My Hero Academia. It's one. Yeah. Written by one person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I feel like that's the difference. Those adaptations. Comic books can do that because that's just the way comic books have been forever.
Yeah, I was having a conversation with Spicy Lady the other day, and we was talking about with the anime, it's the one chance. Like you got one source material, you f that up, there's no going back. You f up a MCU adaptation or whatever, there's many multiverses.
Come on now. We still gave Thor 3 money after Thor 1 and Thor 2.
No, I did not.
We did.
Yes.
People did.
Like for example, look, people still gave a chance for Zack Snyder to give his Zack Snyder edition, and Ben Affleck came back, Henry Cavill came back, Cyborg came back, so we still gave him a chance even after the first one fuck up. But not his choice though.
Question. Are we looking forward to the Zack Snyder Justice League?
I'm excited to see if they actually made it watchable.
You should have tuned in to Villains. We spoke about this in this past Monday episode. If you haven't fully listened,
I'm absolutely going to watch it. I don't have very much faith that it's going to be much better, but it should be more coherent.
I feel as though it's going to change the entire. So I don't think it's going to change the entire story, because the story itself, you really can't do anything with the putty. If you get what I'm saying, you can't do anything with the putty.
I mean, you kind of can.
I mean, the Justice League movie that Joss Whedon gave us is completely different than what Zack Snyder wanted. Like Joss reshot 80% of that movie, so it will be different. The reason why I think it's going to be really good, and follow me on this track, is because it's 4 hours long. There is no need to cut out subplots. There's no need to cut out things that the studio deems unnecessary. Because another one of the biggest issues with Justice League, the reason why it wasn't so coherent and it feels really rushed and it's not a good movie, is because the studio mandated that even with credits, it has to be 2 hours flat. There's not a lot that an editor.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah, there's not a lot that an editor and a director can do with that information.
Agreed.
I'm an editor, and that's not possible.
So with
something like Justice League needs at least 3 hours.
Yeah, Zack Snyder is getting 4 hours to tell his entire story. We're talking about the nightmare sequence with Batman that we first saw in BVS. Yep. We will get Black Suit Superman versus Darkseid. There is so much room, so much time.
Goodness is there.
4 hours to build the entire war.
Look, Barry Allen, Cyborg and his father, Barry Allen, his father.
I still don't want to see Barry Allen skating around. Well, you better learn to run.
He's still okay.
Cyborg and his father and everything.
Yo, I'm happy he looks good with that beam. I'm like, fine.
They need to fix some of those special effects of Cyborg though. There's a few shots there. They need to go back and do some retouching.
I'm serious. Cyborg still looks really bad.
And the Flash is still running the same way he did in the first movie. And I remember somebody tweeted at me. When I tweeted, I said, I hate the way the Flash runs. That's Joss Whedon. And I was like, but it says whenever you Google I'll say this. I love Zack Snyder's special effects for the most part. I think that is one of the best things he's done. And everywhere you look, when you look at why with the flashes, running sequence, most of the effects that are made was Zack Snyder.
No, Zack Snyder effects.
He's acting a lot like Bart Allen.
The scene. I rewatched the scene where Batman was fighting today in Batman vs Superman. That was amazing.
No, Ray, I totally agree. It's still bad, but Barry Allen, he's acting like in the movie, he's acting more like Bart Allen, like his great grandson. It's not really like Barry.
Adaptation, bro. So I mean,
I know.
Listen.
Sorry, I'm not trying to gatekeep here.
I'm personally.
Are we doing a watching party? I mean, Man is still Batman vs Superman, straight into Justice.
We don't have to watch all.
Not rewatching Batman vs Superman.
We can just watch. Not rewatch it. We don't have to do that.
I don't want to see Martha again.
Bro,
maybe
we
the
have
master.
we have to do this.
We can not watch that one extra character that was added to the Ultimate Edition that just phones Lois after every major thing and explains shit.
We're gonna talk about this on Villains one of these episodes, but I guarantee you, I would put money on it. If Zack Snyder was allowed to make a 4-hour cut of BVS,
he would have done it.
Be just as good or better than Civil War. I shit you not, bro.
I would hope so. And
I'm telling you.
I tell people all the time, I didn't even like Civil War that much. But yeah,
I don't either. Thank you.
I love Civil War.
I don't know.
But John, to answer your question, like they pretty much explain that in Joss Whedon's Justice League movie. The Green Lanterns have been around literally forever, so it would make sense that the Green Lantern of this quadrant would be there to help them, to help the Amazons when
in the flashback
came the first time. So that part makes sense to me, and I hope that we get like some type of Green Lantern. Like
I hope we get John Stewart.
My biggest problem
Green Lanterns in the film.
He's supposed as far as Martian Manhunter, but my biggest problem, yes, Martian Manhunter's in the film too. Everybody's in the film, okay? So
and plus Hot Girl too. And Hot Girl too.
Everybody is in the film.
Hot Girl's in there as well.
Yeah, she is.
Everybody is in the film. So
Hot Girl does too.
And that's my that's
and plus Dick Grayson.
I said this on our podcast when we talked about.
He's searching it up.
He's trying to find out. I said this on our podcast when we said redoing the DCEU or the rebuilding the DCEU, where I talked about it. Where I personally feel as though a lot of the stuff that Zack Snyder is trying to do, I think it's going to be visually amazing because I think he's really good when it comes to visuals. Yes. I think, even though slow mo is funny. But I think he usually makes it work for most of the time, especially in I love what he did with the Wonder Woman scene and Batman vs Superman. Like he's done a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, he knows how to bring splash pages to life.
He knows how to make it pop. But my problem is I feel like, and some people are going to disagree, I feel like a lot of it's unearned. And I'm not saying because he didn't follow the MCU formula, because I think if he had, then I wouldn't have liked it. My problem is I think he should have started with something. He should have started with Justice League. He should have started. I feel like this should have been chapter 1. I think about like the Justice League War cartoon movie. Ooh. I think if he had started with this, if this had been his number 1, because no one needs a reintroduction to Batman. No one needs a reintroduction to Superman. No one needs a reintroduction to Wonder Woman. No one needs a reintroduction to 95% of the characters. Marvel, yes. Because no one knew who the fuck Iron Man was. All right, Captain America was popular, but they needed introduction to who he is.
Did you see that there was actually a script to start with Justice League first?
But if he had started, I feel like if he had started with this Justice League first, and then given us Man of Steel, then given Batman vs Superman, would I have liked Batman vs Superman more? That's questionable, but I still think it would have made more sense.
And that's the studio's fault. Yeah, the studio doesn't have a Kevin Feige, and that's where they fail. It just is what it is. They wanted to go the MCU formula, and we're gonna do all of these individual movies. Well, they're not making as much money as we thought that they would, so let's just do Justice League now. Like the problem with these movies,
Snyder was meant to be the Kevin Feige, but when it came to Wonder Woman and that, they didn't want him anywhere near.
They wouldn't let him actually have control.
Yeah,
but just like John said again in Super Chat, and again, thank you for that. He said,
"Thank you, John. Thank you."
And plus, talking about black superheroes, we should hope for Jon Stewart Green Lantern. I want one. I'm right now watching the cartoon of Static Shock at the same time with just
I just finished Static Shock.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I want that Green Lantern core movie.
So it's I
really hope they do a series. We're having like HBO Max type of series with by 2023 they say with Jeff Johns.
A movie or series. That's what I think. Green Lantern core having Guy Gardner, having all of them, even the newer ones coming in maybe later in the series. I think
Jessica as well. Hell yeah!
I think that'd be perfect. I mean, but I feel like we also let's talk about like the DC's CW verse being that much more successful than its DCEU, not because it's just more successful views wise, money wise. They I mean, yeah, because the TV.
If Hal Jordan series, I was gonna say the Hal Jordan animated series did great job.
They
can do so well with the animated series. They can do a live action series of Green Lantern of Jon Stewart, and we would love the hell out of it in HBO Max or like something like that. Because we want that.
Hell yeah!
And I think that's something that we would want for. Do not let CW touch that. Absolutely, do not let.
I mean, honestly, after what Titans is looking like, barely let them touch it. I mean, the only good live action, the best live action DC show is Doom Patrol.
I haven't seen Doom Patrol yet.
I can't agree with you. I
think Flash has a few seasons that's really good. I think Arrow has a few seasons. Season 3. Arrow has a few seasons that with the season where they end, where they're on the boat and the island exploded. I was like, oh shit! Like that was a great season for now.
I still think Arrow is the best. Like Arrow has two seasons that I think are dog shit. Like I think Arrow season 3 and 4 are absolute dog shit. But 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8, I think they're fire, bro.
All the ones when they had Red Hood in there too. I was so mad when they took him off the show. I was like, why are you taking him off the show? I honestly, at that point, they should have made a Young Justice. I'm just saying. They should have did a live action Young Justice. I would have been watching that. We had Red Hood. We had Kid Flash at one point. We had the people. We had the characters there, and then we just said, "Fuck Titans." Fuck Titans when straight to Young Justice. I would have been there because Titans is garbage. And Young Justice would have been Titans was basically a worse CW show. I'm still mad they killed Dinah Troy with lightning. I was like, what the hell is going on? Spoiler alert. Whatever. I don't care.
That just sounds so butthurt right now.
I was so hurt because I think Titans because Titans you want them to be like, and it's because I haven't read the comics on Teen Titans, so I don't know everything about them. But like watching the cartoon, you want them to be like that, but they weren't like that, and I was okay with that. But then it was like they were swimming between adult and children. Like it was like they couldn't decide on the tone. Season 1 is tonally entirely different than season 2. If season 2 was season 1, I would have enjoyed the show a lot more because season 2's tone is so much better than season 1's. Yeah. And it's like it's so weird how season 1 they're trying to be this dark, mysterious. Oh, these people are broken folk and they have hurt. And in season 2, they're like, oh no, they're heroes that are rehabbing through PTSD.
I feel like they can make a great start in the first season. Like they can make a great start in the first season. Regardless, even CW can make a really good first season of any shows because they did really well with Green Arrow. They did really well with Flash. They did
Flash
well with
season 1.
Tomorrow's. It was the best.
Except Supergirl.
Even John's talking about Smallville. Smallville was actually kind of fire, I can't lie.
Like it's so weird how even though I slander from series from time to time, but on the small screen in animation and in TV shows, DC finds a way to give out the core of their characters while also telling a fully unique story that hints on the comics, but is in no way following truly any comic thread. But then when we get to the movies in modern times, they seem to flounder. And I mean, again, it's all interpretation. Like when I first watched Man of Steel, right? I think Man of Steel is decent. I don't hate Man of Steel, But my
Listen,
thing,
Man of Steel, yeah. You see the scene where like Zord was like coming to the planet and it was all scary and he's like, "You are not alone." That was mad. This was the closest shit I've seen to Dragon Ball Z.
It was about my
screen.
There's only one scene from that movie that ruins the entire fucking thing.
Yeah,
What?
we
That
talked about
movie,
this.
we talk about this all the time. Like, that movie is actually good. It's just the part when his dad's like, "Hey son, I'ma die now."
And if
Bye.
you do,
Bullshit.
and if you do want to know what Ray and James are talking about, I just actually put the link in the chat, guys, for those that's watching live. So if you guys want to check, that is the episode that me and Ray and James are on the show talking about villains. So you guys want to check that, check out Careful for Spoilers and subscribe to us there. We're almost at 500 subs as well. So if you guys want to support, definitely.
But also,
I cut you up. I'm sorry. What was you saying?
Oh no, but I was gonna say also, like, when it's talking about Man of Steel, like how it's the Justice League now, we're seeing that he's more than likely going to lean really deeply into the Injustice storyline. That's what it seems like is going to happen with this nightmare scene. We're going to get that kind of storyline. That's the hypothesis I've been seeing online. So I haven't studied the trailer, so I can't speak on it. We can't hear you, James.
Oh no, James, refresh Zencaster.
No, you good? I was still on mute.
No. James is fine. He's just pausing, wait for us.
It's just a dream sequence, right? Like that Injustice storyline. It's all just a dream sequence. Like when you look at like the last trailer, Joker shows up at the end. Like it's all a dream of Batman's worst dream coming to life, which is Superman being exactly what he expected him to be in BVS.
Yeah, and but my thing is, when I first watched Man of Steel, that was actually the vibe I got from that entire movie. When I got to the end, this is a personal thing. I mean, other people feel different ways.
I mean, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted.
In Man of Steel, you should feel like Superman is the biggest danger to ever come across the planet.
I didn't feel like it was biggest danger. I never felt like he was Superman when I was watching.
He's not. That's the thing about Man of Steel, right? He's not Superman yet. That's where the criticisms about Man of Steel drive me nuts. You have to understand, right? This is a sequence of things. You are meeting someone at the end of that movie. He was technically Superman for like 2 hours. You can't expect someone to be this fully fleshed out character in one movie.
And that was the first time. That was the first time he fought someone that was on his parallel of level. Like
that's the first time he fought someone. But that's also why I dislike the role to go to Batman vs Superman next instead of giving us a Man of Steel 2 or something like that, because he ended up having to share all this development with Batman.
Big facts.
I say sometimes my uncle fell asleep during Batman vs Superman because it's for me it feels like it's a bloated film, but it's like Man of Steel to me he never felt like Superman to me. So when Batman vs Superman came out, I thought, oh, okay, we must be going Injustice. We're going to see this man turn dark. We're going to see him turn to a different side. But then in Batman vs Superman, you still have him having this entire internal struggle that he never really gets over.
And that's the studio's fault.
I feel like it's the way that they portrayed villains as well in the films. I mean, the MCU has a problem. Every MCU villain is forgettable, whereas every DC villain is the same, just chaotically crazy. I don't like the way that they done Lex Luthor in that film as well. Like, if they actually made Lex Luthor as how I feel like he is in the comics, I feel like that would have been a much better film.
I think what they said is like he's Lex's son or something like that.
Yeah, he was Lex's son, and they had a good idea, right? Like they still followed the Lex Luthor thing, where you have this person who is arguably one of the most intelligent people on the planet, but yet everyone worships this alien that can just kill everyone. When you look at it from that aspect, it's actually good. But the way that Jesse Eisenberg played him was just way too eccentric, way too off the wall, and it just didn't work. The core was still there, but it just didn't work. And again, this is a studio problem. They said, oh, well, it's Superman. Superman should have just made $1 billion, even though it's just the beginning of the franchise. To them, it should have made $1 billion. So it's like, okay, well, this is a failure. Let's put Batman and Superman in it this time. So that should make $1 billion. And then when that doesn't, they was like, oh shit, maybe we should just throw in the entire Justice League. That is just lack of leadership. Like you said, Aaron, right? You would have had a better time with that Superman if there was a Man of Steel 2 directly after. That's not Zack Snyder's fault. You are going through the progression of a being. You can't just become someone else in a matter of hours. That's just not how it works. That's why you needed subsequent movies to get more of Superman so that he can become that Superman that we know and love from the comics. Like, I don't feel like that's Zack Snyder's fault.
Literally, James, they're doing that more with Wonder Woman than they have Superman. It's ridiculous. I don't get it.
84 is garbage though. But,
84 is garbage. But
But Wonder Woman was the closest to 1 billion.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
I think we talk about like the two of them, like Man of Steel. I feel like a reason why like I think that Wonder Woman 84 is bad because it does nothing for the character of Wonder Woman, right? And that's the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that honestly, Batman vs Superman Justice League did more for Wonder Woman's character, which it barely did anything at all, than 84 did. 84 is kind of like her mind. This is what I said in our review. It's like her rehashing the story from the first one. She loves a guy, he leaves, and she's sad. And it's like, but Wonder Woman is a much bigger character.
That movie wasn't about her. It was about It was about
it wasn't about you call it Wonder Woman 94, and it wasn't about her. Like, she's a secondary character. Like, I think Braxton said this too. Braxton was funny. She said when she was reading the scroll thing, or she was reading the thing or whatever, the words on it, and then she was like, "Oh my gosh, these are words of the gods," like that. And then and Steve says, "Oh yeah, it's like a monkey paw." She's like, "Yeah,
exactly."
You read the words of the gods. Like,
how did you sideline your main character?
You're the main character, and Steve does all the exposition. Like, Steve does everything. Like, I'm just like, why?
I'm interested. What do you guys want to see then from the Flashpoint? What soft reboot? What do you want to be rebooted, and what do you
I just want an enjoyable movie, bro.
Flashpoint is just such a bad idea.
I just want technically a coherent film. That's what I want. A nice coherent film done well. Because right now, there's nobody who's in the head lead. There's no type of good producer or some type of.
I want them to give up on the idea of the Justice League for now. Yes. That's just my opinion. I want them to.
No, you're right. You're right.
James looked like he had something to say as well. Very important, but
yeah,
I'm listening to you guys. I mean, what I want from Flashpoint is to do what Flashpoint did in the comics, which is absolutely erase everything that came before, switch it up, change it up, and give us the new 52 version of the movies. That's what I want. Yes. I don't want.
Oh, go ahead. My phone.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I don't need them to follow the new 52, but this is the perfect opportunity to clear the slate and just start over. I don't have a problem with them starting over with Justice League and just continuing with the Justice League.
Well, okay, that's what I mean. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, I don't want them to feel like they have to build up to a Justice League. I don't care if we get 6 solo Flash movies. And we go through his entire mythos. We get Kid Flash. We get Bart Allen. We get Impulse. I don't care if we go through all of that, and then we get a Justice League, because I feel like it's not like the Avengers. The Justice League are not. They don't hang out they don't hang out all the time. They're not always in the Watchtower in space together all the fucking time. Batman is in Gotham.
He's a solo guy.
Like,
Aaron, do you think that the new Batman movie is going to tie into Flashpoint or anything?
No, they're going to be totally.
They have Matt Reeves has already said that it's not going to tie in.
It's already confirmed it's in another universe.
And plus that is year 1 Batman as well.
Well, and I think that I don't know. It's not
year 2.
Oh, year 2 Batman. Oh, my fault. Yeah, year 2.
Yeah, you can already tell by his suit and everything. It's not going to be year 1, but I think that that's a negative, because what I'm liking, what I'm hearing from the Matt Reeves Batman so far, is that we're getting a character like the Riddler being not the main antagonist, more likely. It's probably gonna be like the intro to the main antagonist, but we're getting a character like the Riddler, right? And me and Braxton did our Batman watch-throughs of the old comic book movies, and I'm like, even though I love Joker, I love me some Joker, I am fucking tired of the Joker. All right.
It's been overpopulated and used.
What we have been lacking for years is Detective Batman and villains that can actually match his intellect.
The Penguin, the Riddler.
That's why we're getting in the Matt Reeves trilogy, we're essentially getting
Yes,
the
Ray the
Long
Penguin.
Halloween. We're getting the Riddler, Catwoman, all of the Two-Face. We're getting all of these different villains, and it's actually going to be Detective Batman. The Riddler is one of the most interesting and complex villains that Batman has ever come across, because he's not someone that he can just punch. All of his money, all of his strength can't do anything against the Riddler. He has to use his amazing intellect to win the day. And that's what I've been waiting for. That's what Batman has been missing this entire time.
I mean, they wasted Scarecrow. So
oh
yeah. Oh yeah. No, they
he was fun. He was fun for a couple seconds. You know what I mean?
They didn't give him enough meat. That's how this is. It's like I think that's why
that's what she said.
What I want from that's
you don't want to hear that, bro.
Don't hear that.
Experience with that phrase. Okay, bro.
That's what I want from the DCEU though. In general, is that like I think one of my favorite comic books, actually two of my favorite comic books one of my favorite comic books, Batman Year One is probably one of my favorite Batman stories, and the animated version it's like a shot for shot fucking remake. It is so good. And then we have Gotham Knights, the Batman anthology series animated movie, which I think is so good because it explores so many different sides of the character of Batman. We have him where one person sees him as a demon the whole time. We have him where he has to realize that he cannot, he makes a tech where he can deflect bullets, but then it starts hurting people, and he realized that he has to take the pain. He can't take shortcuts. He can't take cheats. He has to do it himself. So that's the Batman I want to see, right? Like the Dark Knight series, phenomenal on its own. You know what I mean? Batman Begins, the Dark Knight Rises, yeah. But that's done. That's done. That was great for what it was. I loved it for what it was. But I want to see these stories of Batman as the multifaceted character that he is, instead of seeing him as this one-dimensional bringer of pain. This demon of the night. Talk. Branding people, so they get killed in jail. I don't like. That's not that. Like for me, I feel like we need to progress past that Batman, and that Batman needs. And I think is get away with trilogies. Throw away the trilogies. I say go to 6 movies. I think they do it.
Feelings and emotions. They don't think that would sell well. Oh, the big strong Batman, the white savior. He has emotions. Oh, that's not cool. That's what makes that character interesting.
And it's also what
he's literally just a man. That's what makes him interesting.
And that's also
a whole man.
That's also made Batman vs Superman bad to me also because they hint at, and Zack Snyder confirmed it was Dick Grayson, which is still the dumbest thing in the world to me. But he had the Robin die, and you have Batman. He is emotional in that movie, but it seems to be like it's like a secondary thing, not a main.
It doesn't matter because we didn't get to see it.
That's exactly
because they want you to assume that you know this.
And but Dick Grayson doesn't die. It's Jason Todd the one that dies. Why they putting the different Robin?
That I don't care about.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, but I do have a question. Sam, in the chat, can you talk about the question that was asked right now by John?
I would want to. I love this conversation. I love what's going on, and I think this would go really well with James's Careful Spoilers Villains episode for sure.
Oh, sorry.
And I think once the Snyder, I know once the Snyder cut comes out on HBO Max, we all want to watch it. We're all gonna talk about it, and we're gonna have this full-on conversation.
I will be there for the conversation,
guys. I love the community. I love this going on. But
yeah, seriously, I can listen to you guys talk about comic book movies all day. Like
exactly.
Literally,
so
I'm so content
Vash,
right now.
I know, right? So Vash, you can give your questions first.
All right, so John,
John Tay, we really appreciate for your donations.
Yeah, we appreciate this a lot. Thank you.
Questions, right?
So
because I've been holding on to this for a while.
So he has one question that is a really good one. It's talking about gatekeeping.
Okay.
Is gatekeeping about how intense people hold to tradition, or people holding on what they think is the high ground? What do you think they do? The left or the right or both? Who wants to go first? Right?
Because people think that they are keeping the thing that they love sacred and pure, and thus doing that, they're keeping other people from tainting it, and so they have the high
Exactly.
ground. I know the most about this. I watched this first. You can't have any part of this because I was already there. I care about this more than you ever will. Type bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
So they think that they are trying to protect it. They're trying to keep it the way it was. Bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And like people, like if they would watch Star Wars, they always feel like number 4, 5, and 6 are the most sacred
talk about that.
Star Wars movies, and anything before and after are nothing to them. They feel like they have to gatekeep and everything. Like if you don't love 3, 4, and 5 are the most important ones over like the prequels and the sequels, you are not a Star Wars fan in general.
They try to
And-
gatekeep putting women in Star Wars. Like,
Yes.
what? What?
Black people in a galaxy far, far away, where we go to multiple different planets.
And he was a janitor.
If one black person is a main character in a land far, far away, it's not realistic now. And it's like,
Doesn't make any sense.
Bro, we got a whole planet of people that wear helmets. Chill out.
And plus, we got a whole planet about Chewbacca's as
but
well.
it's what Ray said, and I mean he said it earlier before. It's entitlement. A lot of people, and like we talk about, people saying like, "Oh, Meg Thee Stallion is not a real fan because she said that people didn't get bullied for anime and something like that." And now I'll say this: for some people, it was a little bit anime. I'm not gonna lie, it might have been a little bit anime.
But some of y'all was just dusty.
I'll say it was maybe 20% anime, but it was 80% who you were at that time in your life. And my thing is, everybody has room for growth. You know what I mean? And you grew up, you found people that also liked what you liked, and you adjusted, or you just accepted who you were as a person and said, "That's just who I am," and now you're here where you are now. But the thing is, people who gatekeep, it's this entitlement that I struggled. I am Naruto. I had my training arc, and I become a big boy now. And now I don't. And now when other people skip the training arc, and they just say they're a fan, you can't be a fan. You didn't go through the training arc. You didn't
for example,
You didn't know the struggles. You didn't have to feel the pain and struggles and push-ups and all I had to do. Like,
It's just a huge example. Roger Base. He's been a huge fan of One Piece for the past 20-something years, and that's all he does on his content. He just got into Naruto this year, 2021. He just passed the tuning exams just this year, and Naruto has been out for 20+ years, and so going on, and he just got into not One Piece. He just got into Naruto now, and he's enjoying it. Hopefully, I haven't seen his videos yet or the streams. I don't know if there's any gatekeeping, but from what I see and from what he has said on the Twitter, a lot of people have been supporting him. A lot of people have been loving his videos, so that's good. People are late in the game sometimes. My fiance, she just got into One Piece and everything.
Stop saying that G word, man. You
Beyonce, bro.
You trying to get beat up, man. Don't stop saying that. Stop saying that G word.
Oh, she got into just One Piece. She just got into anime just because of dating me. Is she into the game? Yeah. But at the same time, that's not stopping her. She's getting into other shows, Karen Tuesday, Dr. Stone, and more stuff, My Hero, and other stuff I'm going to get her into. But that does not mean that there's gatekeeping out there. It's just that people find out stuff later on, and it just depends on the right time and the right person to get them into the series and word of mouth. Gatekeeping.
To some people, I wouldn't be an anime fan, right? Like, I'm only 10 episodes into One Piece. I think Naruto's good, but it's not in like my top 20. It's not in my top 25. It's good. To someone out there, I'm not a true anime fan. But have you watched Kaze no Stigma? Have you watched Blood Lad? Do you even know what Campione is?
I did not know any of those three.
Have you watched Chivalry of a Failed Knight? Like,
Yes,
I am a true anime fan. Just because I don't think that the big three are the best things in anime does not make me not an anime fan.
And I feel like
People don't have to like what you like to be a fan of anything.
And that's and you never have to prove you're a fan of something. If you say you like Demon Slayer and everyone was like, okay, but what happened in this chapter with this person? Like, you don't have to know the answer to that, bro. You should never be questioned if you're a fan, and if you don't know those answers, it doesn't mean that you are not.
Which
a fan.
I have to bring up Black Girls Anime when talking about questioning. That's it. Like, about making it sound because women are questioning for anime a lot of times, and it's just so funny because like, I'm not saying all women watch these type of anime, but like. Most of these niggas not watching boys love anime. Y'all not watching. Y'all not watching Given.
I'm about to say,
Yeah.
there's so much. There's anime for everybody. Like
every
once people
genre.
understand that, like
And they're
anime is
promoting that
literally for everybody.
community.
Like you don't have to be like, oh well, they don't watch anime that I watch, so they don't. That's fine.
They're watching anime, but
Shut
they're
your
still
dusty
watching
ass up.
anime.
That's why I'm like, wait. Anyway, I just need people to understand. Like, stop trying to police what people like. Like, stop that. It like ain't. If anything, you just an asshole. That's all you are. Like,
Yeah,
let
basically,
people enjoy what they want to enjoy. There ain't no reason for all this bullshit. For real. They ain't taking nothing away from you by liking what they like. For real. You can go over there and watch your stuff and be like, Naruto, run your way away. You'll be fine. Come on now.
So I want to get to John's question that's all the way in the back that from his most donation of $10. Thank you very much for that.
The last
a
one,
serious question to the chat and host. Do you think that this shift in cultural media within the West has come from this SJW policy of content?
All right, I'm gonna say something real quick.
I'm gonna make my answer real short.
I'm gonna say something real quick. That people that you know what I mean. It's a little spoiler for a YouTube video I'm gonna make soon. It's your favorite shonen anime character is an SJW, and the thing is, people don't understand that. And that's the thing is, people don't understand what they're fucking watching. Okay,
yes.
If you watch One Piece, you watch Luffy. That man fights against racism, imperialism, police brutality. That man is literally fighting the entire military, like the entire navy. And you're trying to say, oh no, he's not an SJW. He wouldn't care about black people getting killed in the streets.
He's fighting against the law of those people. There is a whole island called Punk Hazard where kids are getting experimented on and becoming slaves. There's a Fishman Island.
Rights.
It's for me. It's like when people say, so you say this, like people be like, oh, you read too deep into the anime. No, you're reading too little, and not everything has
My Hero. Read My Hero.
Not everything has some deeper meaning, yes, but other things they do it purposefully. Attack on Titan purposefully does stuff that you could say mirrors the Holocaust because that was fucking wrong, and that's the idea of painting an issue in real life. And then you can make it complex. You can make it interesting. You can make yourself look at it from different angles by putting it in a different form of medium. And you can, and like that's the idea that people you talk about. You looking too deep into it. It's like some things are meant to be looked deep into, and you don't have to. You don't have to do that. That's fine. That's not your ministry. But for other people who want to really fully understand and love their series, you're going to look that deep.
And following on what you said, Aaron, people will say, "Oh, Luffy just does those things because they're obstacles in his path." But it's more than that. Like, there's been times where Luffy even transfusion blood with Jinbei, who was a fisherman when it was taboo at the time. Like, it's more than just fighting something and it's in your path. It's about an ideology. So yeah, I was just following that.
But it's also like. Oh, no, go ahead. My fault.
I'm happy that you I'm happy you spoiled something as well as me and it wasn't me and Vash this time. So I'm proud of you, bro.
I don't even know what I spoiled. You know what I mean? I just know One Piece.
You said you spoiled a video. You spoiled a video idea. You spoiled your own comment.
I have no clue when y'all getting that. But it's I wrote half the script. I don't know when y'all getting that. But for me, it's because it just pisses me off when people like talk about like Naruto, and I'm like, you think that Naruto did not just fight for acceptance in the village? He fought for a better village. You understand that, right? He didn't just fight to be Hokage and that was just the goal. Okay, yep, I'm Hokage now. I'm just going to chill out now. No, he fought to be Hokage so he could be a better Hokage than the ones before, so that he could stop so people that could end up like him were never treated the way he was as a kid. And so it's like they're just like that's in your face. That is in your face. Mm-hmm. Like that is not beneath the surface. Naruto loves poor people. I'm just letting y'all know that. But it's like it's just
and like they tell you the future of what you can have when you have become a better village, a united front, technological advancements.
Yeah, laptop, computers,
and everything. You see how far advanced in technology.
I mean, but he also was flawed because he was so into his dream and into his vision, he neglected his own fucking son. You know,
that's the thing. It's the complexity of it. It's like
you know what I'm saying?
like that.
That's deep.
You have to look into it. Gotta look into it. Now it just kills me when people say that shit because it's like people like when people watch like even like American cartoons and like I remember this one guy, I think he was trolling, so I didn't message him back. But he like listed out all these cartoons, and I'm just like, most of those have themes in them of things that we would call SJW topics. And I'm just like, they all have deeper meanings to them.
I want that term to go away. It's bullshit.
SJW is the worst topic because it makes
such a stupid thing.
It's so dumb.
I don't care. I literally don't care. People who want to fight for people to have better rights are not. You don't give them a label. They just want people to live better. Like, like y'all been on the internet too long. Stop it.
And John just said it perfectly right. I feel a warrior for justice and a social justice warrior are two different things.
I can agree with people.
You want to know what a social justice warrior is? It's a social worker doing their damn job.
Exactly. And I can agree when people talk about people who you only say stuff. Well, the thing is, I feel like it's weird because I got called SJW once because I was arguing with somebody on Facebook. This is back when I was on Facebook. I mean, I'm only like 23, but like I'd give it up on Facebook. That shit is dead. But when I still was active on Facebook, I called SJW because the guy was trying to argue me about something, and he was wrong. And I was like, "You're wrong. I mean, that's not right." And I post an article, "You're wrong." And I'm like, "So you're mad at me?" He's like, "You're SJW. You don't really care about his issue. You just talk online. You just argue online." I'm just like,
that guy just sounds like he has no other arguments.
No, that's what that guy was doing. He was projecting. He just wants to start arguing online.
And that's when I see people use that word SJW, that's what I think. I'm like, because every time I see most times who use SJW, it's in the context of you said something wrong, somebody called you out for it, and then you said something back and they call you out again. And then you're like, "Oh, you're just an SJW. You care about these little political correctness. We got to call people who want to be non-binary they. That's a problem." I'm like, come on, man. Like,
bro, I just want people to be called what they want to be called. I want people to be able to eat. I want people to have health care. Yeah, I'm a decent fucking person. Whoopsie-doo.
Like, it's like people go out their way to try to stop other people from just being themselves. And I'm like, what is that issue? And so when people try to relate that to anime, they're like, "Oh, it's just a cartoon. It's just an anime. I don't care." And you're right, but you're right for one front. For one front, you're right because you're right. You can look at it that way. You can watch Naruto and not get any of the lessons.
Nope.
You can do that. No one's stopping you. But that's your loss because you're missing the part of the series that is supposed to change you. That's really supposed to make you look at the world around you differently than when you first watched it.
So I'll venture to say they're not missing it. They don't see it, and that's okay.
They're not seeing it. Yeah.
That's okay. That's like it's everybody gets what they want out of what they go into to get. You know what I'm saying? If they just want to see the fights, hey, cool. You know what I'm saying? But for the people who do want the rest of it, like that's why it's there. You know what I'm saying? So like, hey, they ain't missing nothing. They ain't missing anything they ain't looking for. Is what I'm saying.
And it's also to say people who talk about like video games are too political now. And it's like, I'm sorry if you really, if you really go into any game that is a single story-driven game, there are political undertones. I'm not saying all of them are super vast.
Bro. It's just straight up in your face. You just say you can't see it.
You're not lying, but most of not all of them are going to be super vast political schemes. But I mean, something simple. And that's the thing, people. That's something simple as playing a game where your character has to fight the government for food. Like that's political.
Aaron, you froze a little bit.
No, but like we still hear you're talking, but your face in the camera just
it timed out. It timed out. I'm coming back. It timed out, but yeah, that's just my. That's just my point. Like it's just sad.
All right. Absolutely agree. And I think we should end the show from here. I think we had really great conversations, and we have so much more that we could talk about, especially for like comic books and stuff and TV show. I think that we should definitely save it for like here for spoilers. We all should come in together.
I mean, one final thing I want to say is like when it comes to air quote gatekeeping.
Yes.
You're just trying to prevent people from enjoying things that you enjoyed, and I don't think that's that's not very cash money of you. You should stop doing that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Let people enjoy shit.
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter they don't enjoy it the same way that you enjoyed it. It's not gonna take anything away from your enjoyment of that thing when you enjoyed it the most. Period. It's like just let people have what they're doing. Just chill. You go watch something else. Spend your time, invest that time and energy into finding a new anime that you enjoy, so you have that same feeling again, and you'll have a much better time on this little rock of a planet. You know what I'm saying? For
And
real.
plus,
Life's too short, bro.
and to add to what this Rachel said is that we have 24 hours in a day. We have 7 days a week, 365 days in a year. Enjoy your freaking day. Don't ruin it just because you're gonna scream at Twitter, just scream at somebody on Facebook, on Reddit, on IG. Yes, I will watch Hunter x Hunter sometime.
But like,
school's
yeah,
about
like,
to finish.
to help
But
defend, to help Silver Vash, you have no reason to be instigating fan wars, flame wars, all that discussion and all that stuff just for the clout. And congratulations, you got your 15 minutes of fame. You got your tweet trending. You probably got a little bit more followers from people who feel the same way that you do. But we don't probably feel the same way. We are open to everybody having their own opinions. We love to have a full-on discussions. We give people a voice to let them speak what they like and what they don't like, and it's perfectly fine. We will not harass them and attack them with it. We are just gonna support them as an anime fan. We're gonna just support them within loving the culture. We love anime. Cool. We're together. We don't have to watch the same animes. We don't have to like the same things, but we do love the same culture. Like,
I've never seen this version of Sam, and I love it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like to fully say,
it's like Gunman Sam right now. That's what I'm thinking, bro. This version of Sam is nice.
This gatekeeping is not necessary in any kind of culture. And if you're just doing it for clout, you're doing it for clout for that 15-minute of fame. But the thing is, like, the only way to prevent these kind of people to get their recognition, get their 15-minute of fame, ignore it. Do not give them your time of day. Do not give them your whole on conversation thought of how writing what you need to do to respond to all this, retweeting and all that stuff, because they will just agitate you even more, throw stones at you, make you even more angry, just so that you have a whole entire trend. And when you have a whole trend and people can see that,
I mean, you can still dunk on them though. Just so tweet the shit out of them.
And plus, to add to what Sam was just saying as well, is that if you're gonna complain about some genre, ask for other genre. There's like 25 different other genres in anime and manga. And plus, you know what else? There's, in the chat it said, there's freaking webtoons / manhwa. There's a whole other medium that people don't talk about and it's growing, like Ray have mentioned before. There's Gata High School. Don't watch it, read it. There's Solo Leveling. Definitely go read that. There's Tower of God. Go read that as well. And Shade of Red, God Punch, Blade Titans, and Build Defront that's coming out later in the year. There's so many more series. So just because you see a niche, there is a lot more. Just like comic books, there's Dark Horse, there's indie comics. There's a lot more comic books other than Marvel and DC. There's a lot more comic books. So there's a lot more.
And if there's some ways that you yourself personally feel that you did not like it's too sexualized or it's too violent or too other stuff like that, remember, comic books this first. You have to understand that comic books, this is what they had to do in order to survive in the media world, in the paperback world. To be able to survive for Western comic books, how they survived was because of sexualized women. They had to do what they needed to do to get sales. And because of that, you got your MCU movies, you got your DC movies, you got every of the series, you have the new 52s, you have all of it just because back then they were struggling to survive and they were able to survive. Do not heavily criticize just because of something you didn't feel like you're so happy because it's misogynist, sexualizing, or all that other stuff that's so horribly bad. You have to think back then. They did have what they needed to do. I can understand that they don't really need to do this now at our current time at this moment. You have to be more sensitive in certain topics. It doesn't mean that we can't restrict it. We can't ban this ever existing into media and just the book. People enjoy the dark stories. People enjoy the craziness of it, and although we don't support it, and I don't think anybody should support it and criticize this, there's gonna be a few people that do redo Hero for some reason. We're not gonna support it. We're not gonna like it. We'll probably judge you a little bit of it, but what you like to like. Yeah, we're gonna like what you like. We're giving the eyes, but. You have to understand. For me, this.
No, bro, like what you like, except that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
what you like. You're allowed to not like stuff too. You just can't condemn other people for not liking it.
But
Exactly.
I think the only thing I have to say is
yeah, but that's what I was gonna bring up. Does anybody have any last minute words? Because I know Ray said it. I
Yeah,
said
that
my
was
last minute
mine.
words.
That was
Sam
mine.
said it. So James, Aaron, and LSF, what are your last minute words?
my the last words of the lost homie. You know, I mean, I got last words at every podcast. Last words is
You got it.
yeah, you already know. Besides gatekeeping being dumb, you are a fan of a series if you're a fan of a medium if you watch one series and you love it. But I do want to shed light on something. I just want to say this: you are a complete dumbass. You literally are a complete dumbass if you say someone is not an anime fan and they've seen every Fate or they've seen every Gundam. I'm just letting you know. If you walk up to somebody who's seen every Gundam from the ones that came out in the fucking 80s, and you said they're not an anime fan, you are an utter dumbass. That is all.
And you ashy.
James, LSF, you want to follow with the ashy comment?
I would just say, obviously, please don't kill me in the comments. Obviously, I was playing a little bit of devil's advocate today just to spring conversation, but I agree with every single
you're fine.
one of
You're
what my
absolutely
friend said. Yeah, I had nothing else to say. I mean, how can I follow up with if you're a gatekeeper, you're ashy? It is what
All
it
right.
is. That's
what it
the
is.
message, and I agree with that.
And
And
still
LS,
live in their parents' basement. Who said that?
LS, I appreciate you bringing up those points because I mean, it would be ignorant of you, just like it was ignorant of them, to just look at what somebody is saying and just dismiss them. You at least took the time to watch 3 hours of the stream and to actually analyze their opinion to see if they're just talking shit or if they actually can back up their own thoughts. You don't have to agree with them, but you can understand where they're coming from. You know what I mean? So that's the part where gatekeeping is a problem. You're allowed to have your opinions and you can go to social media. That's what it's there for. Go to social media, voice your opinions, but you cannot condemn people if they do not feel the same way as you do about the things that you feel. That's all.
Or you also go to
Thank you.
BlxxkAnime, you know what I mean, on YouTube. Watch our video.
I was gonna
on
say,
why,
like, Aaron, you
why
want to
black,
promote?
watch our video on why black people love anime. You know what I'm saying? Drop a comment, give us a like. I'm gonna let you know some if you don't agree with it. I don't really give a fuck. That's on you, not me. But yeah, and Black Anime Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Black Anime, BLXXK Anime. On Twitter, on Instagram, follow us on Twitch. Black Anime Podcast, same thing. Black BLXXK Anime Podcast, and listen to us on Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor, wherever you listen to podcasts. They actually all our entire season 3 up till now, for the most part, is uploaded on our YouTube also, so you can go watch it on there. You can watch it there. Listen to it there too.
See,
So,
and now you can't say that you ain't been on the show.
I can't say that. Now I can say I ain't been on Twitch with Ray.
I mean, yeah.
Well, since Aaron gave his plugs, LSF, give your plugs before James and Ray. Go ahead.
Okay,
Let's go with the boss,
you
man.
can read Shade of Red on Webtoons. It's literally Webtoon Shade of Red. Don't click on Shade of Blue. That's my op. He doesn't know this yet, but yep, Shade of Red. Merch will be coming soon. Someone asked in the chat, can I get a Shade of Red mask? We're working on it. You can follow me on Twitter at LSF_96Red. And yes, go watch the Black Anime Podcast. There's even an episode with Aaron on there, my artist, which is the only time Aaron has ever made an appearance. So make sure you go.
We got the exclusive. You know what I'm saying?
Exclusive. Anime exclusive.
Yes, and make sure you.
But we built different though, like last week.
You trying to fight? Okay.
We've had got punched.
Make sure you tune into Careful for Spoilers Villains as well. That show is honestly fire. I didn't even know there was an episode out. I missed it last week, so I'm gonna go watch that before bed. And yeah, guys, thank you for having me on. I obviously love coming on anime lately. It's for the culture. And yeah, yes, Vash, I'm going bed in an hour's time at 7 a.m. Don't ask me why.
Well,
yeah,
James,
thank you guys again. Thank you.
Is the transition about villains? Go ahead.
Yeah, you guys know you can follow me here every single week on the Anime Lately podcast. There will be a brand new episode of C4S Villains tomorrow night at 8 p.m. CST, 9 EST. We are going to be talking about the first hour-long episode of WandaVision, episode 7. We're also going to be, Vash and I are going to be recommending a comic book series to the viewers. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, Instagram at JBExclusive at C4 spoilers. And like LS said, please subscribe to Shade of Red. They are at 539 followers right now. If you guys in chat are not following them right now, please do so. I highly recommend it. LS is a brilliant writer. I'm not saying that just because you're here. This dude is genuinely a great writer. And what he has in store for Shade of Red is going to blow your fucking socks off. So do yourself a favor and subscribe to Shade of Red. Give it a read. Share it with your friends. Please do so, and I will see you guys.
You should send me them chapters. Wait. I get the God Punch chapters. I can't get your chapters. I can't get the God.
No, those are ours.
Exclusive out here. Exclusive.
Okay.
Got him.
Webtoons exclusive out here.
Listen, God Punch could be a black anime. But
we got them too. Just saying, LSF, we got them exclusive chapters too from God Punch.
You threw your dueling weapons down. We just slapped you with ours. I challenge you to a duel.
We do redo healer here. Pew, slap.
No.
I'm joking.
Whoa, wait. We don't bring that
Why
up.
you like that? God dang it, you ruined everything. You can't take you nowhere. God.
This man said he's whipping out sausage. Stop it.
No, goodness
Stop
gracious.
it.
Man.
Aaron, I don't know who I'm kidding. I'm the spoiler king. Just hit me up in the DMs. And
That's true.
No.
If you switch up, he'll tell you.
Do not DM him for spoilers.
Do not DM him because he will just do it. Because he will literally just tell you.
Send me them chapters, cuz. I'll send you my chapters. You send me your chapters.
Oh, nah.
It's a deal, bro.
No, I can't do that, bro. As his co-writer and helper, I do not recommend
Come on,
Yo, I will jump in Discord right now and make sure that people are on LS's ass to make sure he doesn't spoil anything.
Y'all don't know what heat I got sitting on my laptop right now. Okay, once I get the artist, the game is over. The game is over. All right.
Well, I actually have a YouTube series coming out. I have a YouTube series coming out on where to find an artist, so you might want to check that out, bro. I got you, man. I got you.
Beautiful. I love to hear it. Oh, well, hey, I'm Ray Apollo. I'm working on some really cool shit that I'm not going to tell you about. But you can find me on Twitch doing my thing Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays, having a good time. Usually playing Final Fantasy 14, but maybe probably building a robot. Yeah, that's right. I said it. A robot. Having a good time. Come talk to me about anime and manga. It's a good time.
Will it be better than your Rifa streams?
Maybe 2B's next, bro. So who knows? We'll see.
And then I guess I'm here. You guys find me at Legendary Vash. I will start working production. You guys won't know what it is, but you guys will know whenever James and me meet up to make a Shade of Red trailer. That will be happening soon. Maybe you guys will get that by year 2022. Who the hell knows when that will happen? But
we need it by next month. So
I know.
Fucking cyberpunk.
But definitely, guys, thank you guys for always watching here, and big shout out to John. He was a big supporter for today's stream here on this date, and he was the first super chat supporter for 2021. So thank you very much. So big shout out to you, and definitely check me and James out on Care for Spoilers. Continue subscribing if you haven't yet. If you did not know, we have a channel there of his network. Definitely go now. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Let's get James to 500 subs, and definitely check out Villains. We have a great time doing that show every single week, every single Friday, and definitely follow us on Twitter and everywhere else, where Sam put the beautiful description down below. Sam, and take it away.
It's in the chat, guys. Guys, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you for Aaron for coming into the from Black Anime Podcast to come into the show. Thank you, LSF, to come back to our podcast and show. We missed you, man. You are a bro. You guys are now permanent bro takus and bros. You can welcome anytime. Just pick whenever date you come in. So thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Next time. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Stop gatekeeping.
See you. Bye bye.